Everybody, welcome and hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome. Hola a todo el mundo, bienvenidos. Espero que estén teniendo un buen día. Hello. How are you? I'm gonna ignore the whole ranking thing for today. I'm not gonna ignore it, but I'm gonna try not to go into it again, because I've been through it enough. Welcome, hi, hello, how are you doing? Nimby, welcome, hi, hello, Mason Christian, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day, guys. Welcome, Logan, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome, Rodrigo, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome, Officer, hi, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome, Leo, hi, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome, Rancor, hi, hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. I thought we were doing Delta Noodle. No, I think I did the schedule right. I think it was gonna be on Friday. It announced. I think I announced it for Friday, right? Stick Bro, welcome and hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. And also, thank you for being here for 7 months. I hope that you've been enjoying. I hope that you keep enjoying. Ritish, welcome and hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Ah, Rodrigo, me olvidé de saludarte en español. Hola, bienvenido, ¿cómo estás? Espero que estés teniendo un buen día. Mongoose, welcome and hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Litia, welcome and hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Nix, welcome and hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. And I think that's everyone. Now I can't reach first place. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Calling muted in advance? No, it's alright. I didn't mute. Thank you for the warning, though. Thank you for the pre-warning. I didn't need it because nothing was wrong. But had something been wrong, I would have been able to fix it because I read your message and I paid attention. Time for the mildest takes I've ever heard. It's the first time I do tier ranking and people aren't mad at me. I'm shocked too. I'm also surprised and shocked and confused. Don't worry, you're not the only one. You are not the only one who is confused, befuddled. That's cheating, Ellie. You can't hang on the one. Did I? Was I too late? She's not gonna rank Pokemon today? I am. What are we gonna do for the next 3 hours? What? Was I too late? I didn't think it was too late. I thought it was like a little bit late to the one, but I thought I thought it wasn't too late. You need to reach until the ball tortoise thingy, the one that has a fire horse at its right. You're saying I'm not gonna get to Ponyta today? Oh. No, I need to get to Ponyta at least. The Friday stream will be the last stream I will be able to hint at stuffs I want you to pay attention to because next Wednesday chapters 3 and 4 are out. But I'm not gonna get to chapter 3 and 4. I'm not gonna get to chapter 3 and 4 for sure. It does, Ellie? What do you mean it does? Wait, what do you mean it does? Matter? No, it doesn't! Being number 1 doesn't always matters. That's what YouTube wants you to think. That's what YouTube wants you to think. You can't fall for it. You have a little Digimon to rank, speedrun the greetings, no matter if Lulu dies. I'm not gonna let you get in my head about the Lulu thing. I'm not gonna let you do that to me. Che, era segundo. Sí, pero nadie entiende cómo funcionan los rankings. Literalmente nadie entiende cómo funcionan los rankings. It's the first time you see a ranking, you heard it here first. It's the first time I'm tier ranking and people don't get mad at me. It's not the first time I'm reading tier ranking. We've done this plenty of times. We have a playlist, actually. The ranking doesn't work right. In fact, the dude that programmed it doesn't know how it works because he made it with ChatGPT. Where did you read that? I doubt if that's the case, they would have announced it. I think that has to be a rumor. I think that has to be like speculation. Because they would never fucking announce that. They would never confirm something like that. Today we start with Meowth, whose Gen 3 sprite looks a bit too yellow. Are you saying that this sprite that I'm ranking looks a bit too yellow? Is that what you're saying? If you want more, you need to reach the 2 pink thing that is at the right of the fire horse. I would love to get more. The more the merrier. I really want to get really as far as I can. She's never playing chapters 3 and 4. Honestly, you probably could have if you did double streams for a couple weeks. But the point is, I can't hint at things that are confirmed. I can only hint at things we don't know yet. Yes? But at the same time, you're gonna be talking about things that I may have missed in chapter 2. And that doesn't like, get affected. Does it? Meowth is based on A, those beckoning cat things, and B, the proverb Neko Nikoban, which means giving money to a cat is pointless. A bit like pearls before swine. Yeah, but isn't it based on those cat statues that are very important in Asian cultures, where they are holding a coin and they are supposed to give good economic luck? Isn't that what they're based on? That's what I always thought it was based on. Anyways, that's the bottom of the chat, so let's get started. We are back at it again. Tier ranking, Gen 1 of Pokemon. So far, no outrageous takes that have made people mad. Let's see if that changes today. Let's see if I actually make anyone angry today. I doubt it. I doubt it. We're fine. We're gonna be fine, right? We're going to be okay. And we're starting with Mouth. Mouth? Mouth? Meowth! We're starting with Meowth. Who I genuinely struggle to understand what... I'm foaming already? I haven't said anything! I haven't said anything! Garden of Witches Early Access is really cool, by the way. You can probably stream it on normal. I never even thought of streaming it. I legitimately don't know how to feel about Meowth. Because, like, the silhouette is good. The colors are good. The black is a little bit too shocking. I feel like it should have been a very dark brown instead of a black in the ears. But it's honestly not outrageous, like, bad. And the whiskers really help in the silhouette. I just don't feel strongly about him. And if I do, it's because I've seen clips throughout the years. I know this little bitch is one of the fan favorites in the show because I've seen many clips and comics and like art and stuff like that. So it's like how it's difficult to judge this one because so much of whatever emotions I may have are based on like observing by osmosis the personality of the one Meowth that is popular in the show. You know what I mean? Like, it's difficult to judge it objectively. Normally, I would say like, oh, those eyes are kind of creepy. They're kind of soulless and they are like too small and they look like they are trying to eat my soul. But I know this. I know this guy. I know this guy. He's a little snarky, little comic relief. He is funny and doesn't really care that much about anything, which just adds to the comedy. If I'm getting him wrong personality-wise, I haven't actually seen this thing, okay? I'm saying from clips, memes, and comic strips. Meowth has a very cute paws with a double color fur. Yeah, he has little bootsies. It's really cute when he has little bootsies. Some people in old Japan told they were called by a cat, and thanks to that beckoning, they dodged an accident. Oh, there's a folktale associated with it. I didn't know that. I never understood why they made Meowth stand in two legs. If the only Meowth that was in two legs was Team Rocket Meowth, but now every Meowth walks into... Stop! I didn't mean to say mouth! I didn't mean to say mouth! I meant to say Meowth! I'm sorry! I misspoke! Fun fact that Meowth is the only speaking Pokemon which can talk with humans and Pokemon alike. In the show? In the show, right? Is that actual lore from the games? Because I don't know. Adores round objects. It wanders the streets on a nightly basis to look for dropped loose change. That tracks. That feels great. It's your fault, Ellie, but I didn't mean to call it mouth. I didn't mean it. That folktale is for the cat that moves the paw beckoning. Which is not the same as the cat that has the gold coin in like a lot of Asian households. You're not allowed to misspeak? Well, you're gonna have to arrest me because I will keep misspeaking. You can't take me. Wait. You can't. What's the fucking phrase? Bet! Bet! I don't know, man. I don't know. Point is, ESL, you're gonna have to deal with it. Deal with it. It's in the show. No Pokemon so far speak humans in the game. Okay. So I don't know how that alters my ranking. Honestly, none of this is altering my ranking. It's just making it slower. Okay, let's actually get into this. Assuming I didn't know anything about this dude, it's impossible. It's impossible. I already have some sort of, like, I like him more than I think I would. Probably. I don't like that the sprite is so round in the body. Like, if you look at just the body isolated, it's a little bit too round. I think if it was just, like, 3 pixels longer, it would look more like the slender silhouette of a cat, and I would like it a little bit more. And I don't like that these 2 antenna things here are so long. Let me check on the, yeah. I don't like that they're so long. I don't like that they look like whiskers, but like clearly they are antennas. I think I would like it more if they were a little bit going inwards. If they were going a little bit inwards to sort of like hold the coin in the forehead in a way that it feels like it's protecting the coin or trying to grab it or something, I think that would be a little bit better. But it's still a very solid design. I just want that little tweak, you know, a couple little tweaks, nothing more than that. It would be greater if you had a couple little tweaks. So we're gonna put that in A. We're gonna put that here. I really like it. Just one little tweak. Gigantamax Meowth is a long cat meme, and he thinks skyscrapers are scratch posts. That sounds at the same time adorable and terrifying. Freaking scary. Cats have those whiskers, not on the top of the head. Not on the top of the forehead. Now up to big mouth. I don't know the name of this one. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know the name of this one. Meowth Evolution. I really like this one. I really like this one. It's giving Jaguar. It's giving, like, big predator. Persian is treated like a fancy house cat, but for fuck's sake, that's a panther. That's what I'm saying. It gives panther. You know? Is this Persian? Persian. Okay. Logan, welcome. Hi. You just got here? I gave you a hello before, but since you weren't here, it doesn't count. So I'm gonna give you my hello now. Welcome. Hi. Hello. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome. Welcome. How many Pokemon did I miss? 1. We're a little bit behind. I think 1. But that's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna get faster. I promise. I remember from the show that if Persian has curled tail, it means it participated in a lot of fights. Oh, that's interesting lore. That is interesting lore. Mouth goes from walking in 2 legs and being able to hold tools to just a cat. Just a big cat. A big predator cat. I see this as a devolution. I'm more scared of these than a little cat. I'm more scared than a panther than a little cat. I don't know about you. A jaguar-looking, panther-looking motherfucker scares me a little bit more than a house cat. Maybe you and I are different, but personally, I think this one is more scary. Okay, so this one is gonna go into the same rank as Meowth, and I'll tell you why. I really like it. I like the silhouette. I think it has this thing going on where it's basically just a jaguar or a panther or whatever, but the little tweaks they gave it separated enough from an animal that it feels like a fantasy version of it. It's the curled tail. It's the gem embedded in the forehead. It's the whiskers being clearly so much thicker than a normal whisker. It's the red eyes. I just wish 2 things. 1, I wish the inner ear had pink color, just like Meowth. Meowth had pink in the inside of the ears, and this one doesn't. And I wanted to have the little pink. And Meowth had little bootsies. And he had like a different color in the tip of the tail. So where is that? Where is that? Give him little bootsies. In fact, give him little bootsies and gloves. You know what I mean? I want it would have been the consistency, but it would also be cute as fuck. It would be really cute as fuck. So I'm gonna a little tweak. Wish it had a little tweak. Nothing more. But they're really good. They're really good designs. Honestly. Now, Psyduck. What the fuck do I say about Psyduck? I don't like him. I don't like Psyduck. I just don't. He looks stupid. The dumbest Pokemon in the show. He looks stupid. Look at those eyes. There's not a single thought going on behind those eyes. There's never been a single thought going on behind those eyes. Not a neuron. Now, I did watch Detective Pikachu once. And I remember there was an important Psyduck. It's such an unmemorable freaking creature that I don't even remember if I liked him more than I thought I would, or if I liked him less than I thought I would, or if I hated him, or if I loved him. I don't remember. Literally, that's how unmemorable I find this creature. I like the beak. For some reason, I feel like the beak is the standout of the design. Maybe it's because it's so big and flat and it breaks the silhouette a little bit. I don't know. I like the beak, but I don't like it in general. Let me justify my ranking here, right now. Why does he have 3 little hairs that look like hairs drawn in a cartoon from like 20 years ago? Why not make them feathers? They could have been feathers. He could have had feathers in the tail, or something black in the tail, or in the stomach, something to tie that little black so that it's not just the only piece of black in the whole color palette. Why is the yellow of the coat so similar to the yellow of the beak and to the yellow of the legs? That could have been white, it could have been orange, it could have been brown, like dark brown, it could have been fucking black, it could have been a different color that actually works with the palette instead of just keeping it as a very, very pale version of the same color we already had. Why is he so round? I get it, it's fine, he's round, he can be round. I'm just like trying to figure out if there's anything that I wouldn't like better had it been a little bit different. And I think I would have liked it more if it was less of a ball. I'm not saying, listen, I'm not saying he doesn't have like the right to be pudgy and chubby. He could, but if you're gonna make him round on one side, make him flat on the other side so that the silhouette is a little bit more interesting. Because rubber ducky, but if you look at a rubber duck, the bottom is round and the top, the back, is flat. Or at least pretty flat in comparison to the bottom. Like, this is one of the rules of making an interesting silhouette and simplifying designs for cartoons. You make one side very like round, angular, or like you give one side a very interesting, fuller shape. You keep the other side of that same shape kind of flat so that the contrast helps the silhouette. Why are his eyes like that? Why are his eyes like that? Is he staring into someone's soul? Is he not seeing anything because his brain cannot process even the simplest of inputs? I don't know. I don't care. I can't care about him. I just can't care about him. I'm not gonna put him in the absolute bottom tier because that deserves its flowers. That deserves to be there alone. But I'm gonna put him in, like, why? Why? Could have done so many things differently. So many things could have been just better. Like, even here, even in the original drawing, that looks better. Because at least this little eye being, like, confused gives him a more interesting expression. It gives him a little bit more charm, you know? If you did Gen A like I suggested, you'd have bootsies and gloves. That sounds delightful. I want the bootsies and gloves. He is stupid. He's in too much pain to think. I just don't like him. Sorry. So sorry, but I still don't like him. Fun fact, Psyduck is the favorite Pokemon of that one guy that is the head of Pokemon since Gen 2. Really? Why? Why? The mouth beak thing just reminds me of a platypus. Maybe it was based on a platypus beak? Maybe? When his headaches intensifies, it starts using strange powers. However, it has no recollection of its powers, so it always looks befuddled and bewildered. That actually makes him a little bit more endearing. Him maybe being befuddled by his own powers, kind of cute. One of my Yoshi's favorite Pokemon of all time is Psyduck, and he's her favorite for all the reasons you just listed for hating him? Really? Interesting. As the original creator of Pokemon, Satoshi, that's also a Japanese name for Ash, only worked on Gen 1, if I recall correctly. I read that sentence with the entirely wrong intonation, but I got what it meant. It's a case of too yellowish. It's a case of, yeah, too yellowish. I need a bit more contrast in the color palette. You can barely process the simplest. That's not true. Look at me playing Blueprints. That's a smart game. That is a smart game. Hamza, welcome. Hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome, welcome. Hi. He's a literal derp. The only thing stopping his head from being empty is the fact that he has a headache every living second of his life. Poor guy, though. Oh, poor guy. I don't like that. That's so cruel. Ellie, speed up half an hour already and just treat this him. God damn it, I have to go. What is it with the heads of monster collector developers and picking the worst possible monster as their main? I don't know. It's a pattern, isn't it? Kind of a pattern. You mean the duck-billed platypus? Maybe. Listen, I don't know that much about platypuses, okay? I don't know that much about platypi. You give me a break on that one, okay? You're being carried by Chad? Not really. Not really. You help me with some things, but I figured a lot of stuff on my own. Right, so this one. I don't know the name of him. I don't know that I care about knowing the name of him. I'm gonna be very generous with this one. Golduck? Golduck, okay. I'm gonna be very generous. I'm gonna assume the reason I don't like the color palette is this one specific sprite. And that the yellow can work if it was a little bit less green. Because I actually really hate this yellow with that blue. In general, I hate this yellow, but with that blue, like, it's distracting me a lot. It's the wrong yellow. But I'm gonna be generous and I'm gonna assume it's just this one sprite and the proper yellow is better. I like this. I think it's like very, very fantasy. Like, what is this supposed to be? Like, clearly it has a duck's bill. It has a beak, right? But it also has webbed fingers, and it's also standing in two legs, and it also has a long tail. Like, what is this supposed to be? And I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Again, Gen 3 sprites are slightly off color. That's why I'm saying I'm being generous with the color. I'm ignoring the fact that I hate this yellow and assuming that it has an actually better yellow. It's supposed to be the same whitish yellow as Psyduck has on beak and tail. Yeah, see, I think that yellow would work better because it's less green. So I'm gonna give it that. I'm gonna ignore the color palette being bad because it's not bad. It's just that yellow needs to be slightly shifted. I like that it has a gem that combines with the eyes so that it's not alone in the color palette. Once more, I wish instead of having weird peaks that looked kind of low-key like fur, that it had more feathery, like, texture to it. Like, if you're gonna have that feather thing for a duck, it makes sense. If you're gonna have it look like hair-gelled hair or fur, it's kind of losing all of that duck feeling. The only thing you were left with is a beak. So, I don't know. I think it's very middle of the road for me. The silhouette is good. The intense look fits an evolution. It makes him look a lot more dangerous. The claws make him look kind of dangerous, but at the same time, it's webbed, and I don't think how I feel about that. It's like everything about this design gives me good things, good feelings, and at the same time, bad feelings in the same elements. Do I like the webbed stuff? I don't know. I don't know that I do, and I don't know that I don't. Do I like the fact that it's standing in two legs? I don't know. I don't know that I do, and I don't know that I don't. Do I like the gem? Yes. Do I like the peaks in the head? No. Do I like that it has a very long tail? Yeah, it's really good for the silhouette. Does it make sense with a duck? No. Does it need to be a duck? No? Question mark? It's like this one is confusing for my feelings. So I'm gonna put it middle of the road. I keep going back and forth in between liking and not liking, liking, not liking, liking, not liking every single one of the decisions. And it honestly fits. Look at this lineup. It fits right there. It fits perfectly. Doesn't it? I always wonder why it's called Goldak if it's not gold. It probably has a very different name in Japanese. It has psychic powers, but it isn't a psychic type because it's not exactly using them on purpose or aware of the fact. Wait, still? This one still doesn't know about his powers? I think there was a show episode where Misty thought her Psyduck evolved into Goldak, and that Goldak was so cool she started having the hots for him. What the fuck? No way. No way. You have to be joking. A ese bicho en el colegio le decíamos el pato de boca. Tiene sentido. Tiene sentido. Red and blue deliberately say it looks a bit like a kappa. That's not true though. Not even a little bit, in my opinion. There was an episode on the anime where Misty's Psyduck, which always derps out around and causes trouble, gets out of the Pokeball and gets lost, and they think it evolved into a Golduck. I'm assuming because you're saying they think that they find out it's a different creature and the Psyduck was just lost or something. Lombre is more Kappa-like. It kind of looks like Berkeley. That's what I'm saying. This is not like I don't think it looks like a Kappa at all. The Golduck in that episode is the coolest jet ever, but then it turns out it was owned by another trainer or something like that, and Psyduck just wandered off. Yeah, that's what I was assuming. That's what I was assuming. I think it was supposed to be a psychic type, but that was cut somewhere. His arc never finished. Not every Pokemon gets an arc anyways, right? Speaking of Satoshi, did you know that the only reason Pokemon exists is because the idea came to him in a dream? I mean, it's good when you have a dream that you can remember well enough that you can develop it into an entire thing. I'm sure that we are all missing a lot of really cool ideas in our dreams that we just forget about. To be honest, I'm sure we all have really cool ideas in dreams, but then we forget about them by the time that we wake up. Oh my god, I didn't turn the command thing on! Wait, give me a second. Give me a second! I'm turning the command things on! Often seen swimming elegantly by lake shores, it's often mistaken by the Japanese monster Kappa. No, it's not! No, it's not! It doesn't look like a Kappa! I remember just enough of my dreams to know that I've forgotten something cool. Yeah. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, I'm sure we all have very interesting dreams with a lot of cool ideas, but then we forget about it. Alright, so, monkey ball. Monkey ball. And then Ellie didn't read the end of my sentence. I'm trying to read only part of it out loud because I'm losing a lot of time and I need to go faster. I'm reading the rest in my mind and I'm answering where it's interesting to answer. Monkey ball! I like the color palette. I like that it's just one big fluffy ball basically with a lot of extremities. I don't like the nose thing. We've been through this. I don't understand that nose thing. I don't get it. It's showing up in more and more designs and I still don't like it at all whatsoever. I wish it had a different thing. Nose. Beak thing? I don't know. Give it anything else. Well, not anything because other things will probably look bad as well. But I don't like that nose. I don't like that. Give it a different snout. Give it a different snout. I don't care. I love the idea of it being a round ball of fur with extremities that are long and punchy. I love that. I feel like it goes straight to the soul of a monkey, which is like, what if you think monkey, what do you think is like the essence of your idea of a monkey? The essence of the concept of monkey. Personally, I think of the swinging around the trees with the long limbs and the tail being long and prehensile, you know? Like, the idea of a little ball of fur with long prehensile limbs, I think it's fantastic. I don't understand the cat ears being there, but you know what? It's a fantasy monkey. It should look different, and giving it cat ears is a way to make it different. Maybe it's not the best, but I personally prefer it because I don't like the normal monkey ears, personally. So I don't know, I think it's great. I just wish it had two things different. Two things different. One, the stupid snout. Two, I wish it had like 3 or 4 fingers instead of just 2. I don't understand the point of it having 2 fingers, especially when the top legs have 3 fingers. Give it 3 fingers. If you're gonna give it three fingers in the top, give it 3 fingers in the bottom. Why? Why 2 fingers? 3 fingers, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 2 fingers. Make it even. Give it 3 and 3. So I'm gonna put it in like there. Very high because again, very little that I would change. Just an extra finger and a different snout. And we would be golden. Monkey but angry? Monkey but angry? Is that the perception of this one? Of the last one, sorry. Oh boy, if I told one dream I once had, that would have been an amazing boss fight. That's what I mean! I'm sure we all have amazing dreams that would become really cool media if we could remember it and apply it into the media that we want. Pink nose is soft, I agree. Big time, big time, big time. It's a monkey with the temper of a wild boar. And for some goddamn reason, with the snout of a wild boar. It's inspired on pigs. Yeah, but I don't like how it looks in the monkey. It's meant to be a monkey plus pig. Very bad choice, in my opinion. Common mistakes, those are actually its eyes. What looks like its eyes is actually markings on the fur. I don't believe you. I do not believe you. You're lying to me. You are lying, officer. You're lying. You're trying to gaslight me. I do, however, remember how my Oshi was playing Gen 9 and chat was commenting on the monkey with less than compliments. And she was like, stop picking a monkey. I bet Silver would respect even a monkey. What? That means nothing to me. Literally nothing. Before you ask, no, that's not true. I wasn't gonna ask. I could tell that it was true. How much of a fool do you think I am, officer? It has 3 on the bottom. It's not shown clearly, but the 3 is opposed to the 2? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. That's two. If you're talking about that little thing, that's not a finger. That's not long enough to count as a finger, and it wasn't in the sprite either. Where is it? That doesn't have a finger at the bottom. One deck entry says that if you piss off a pre-mape, it will chase you to the ends of the earth, and another deck says that pre-mape can get so angry it dies. Oh my god. Well, I do prefer that second one to the first one. I do not want to be chased to the ends of the earth by an angry monkey. Personally. Another weird example of Pokemon evolving and suddenly gaining non-organic components like Manchoke and its belt. Oh yeah, that feels a little bit weird, but at this point I understand it, I get it, I have accepted it, and it's still not as bad as Digimon, so it's easier to accept. It's easier to accept, you know? Sentient actually proves that the monkey feet have 3 fingers. Bro, look at the sprite! And look at the drawing! That's not a finger, that's too small to be a finger! It's a nub at best. Look at this! That's not long enough to be a finger, it's a nub! That's not a finger! That's sort of what I imagine, how I imagine Lena when she gets mad. You don't imagine her as an angry hamster? Choices. How would you design a pig monkey without the nose? I wouldn't design a pig monkey. You're asking the wrong question. I wouldn't design a pig monkey. Pre-Maeve gets an evolution in Scarlet Violet. Doesn't matter. We're not ranking Scarlet Violet. We're ranking this. In the anime, a Pre-Maeve got so angry that he died and evolved into a ghost type? For real? People can also get so angry they die. Heck, I'm medically not allowed to get angry. For real? Wait, what? At this point, I'm starting to wonder if you're trolling me or if I really have to go into a rabbit hole, because that sounds very curious. Very sad and very tragic, but very curious. Digimon are literally digital and not biological though, so the rules are different. Yeah, they really go up crazy. Pre-Mate is like one of the fake Pokemons. Oh, one of the few Pokemons that Ash owned that never lost. I didn't know that Ash had one. I didn't know that Ash had one in the first place. Okay, let's actually judge it. Once more, we have a ball of fur with long extremities. It's doing the exact same thing the other one was, but not as good. And I'll tell you why right now. First of all, this one had like the limbs coming out from the fur in like an... How do I explain it? In this one, it feels like the limbs have fur themselves. Like the limbs are the same color and they look like they are the same body of continuity. And that implies that they have fur, as opposed to this, where it implies the fur stops abruptly at the beginning of the limbs. And then this is just skin, which I don't like. Second, I don't like that it suddenly grows boxer gloves. And I know I said that I've accepted it and it's easier to accept and blah 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 blah. Doesn't mean that I have to like it. I've accepted it, but that doesn't mean that I have to like it. I think it's too similar to the previous version, but everything it changed is a downgrade from the previous version. So like if the if the monkey was like a really solid design, the Pre-Mape is like everything that it changed from the monkey. It was a little bit worse. I personally prefer this one over this one any day. Also, this one doesn't have a tail? It doesn't even have a tail? But that's like the most important monkey thing. That's like the biggest thing for monkey. Why? Anyways, we're putting this one here. Is it that much of a downgrade? Yes, actually. I would consider it that much of a downgrade. You design a pink monkey monster, you get fired, Ellie. This is Nintendo. Then work with a different shape. Work with a different shape. Different head shape. Screaming Hamster Lena, there's potential in that, but I'm not animator. I think there is potential in that, but who has the time? What does this Pokemon sound like? Just a fever dream in the anime? I don't know. I haven't seen the anime. It's got mitten hands, like Knuckles. Yes, Knuckles. Another franchise that I know nothing about and I have no comparison points. I personally just don't like the idea of suddenly the monkey having, like, gloves by hands. These are not boxing gloves. Hitmonchan has boxing gloves. These are round hands. But they clearly are trying to be like gloves. They're the same color as the skin, but they are gloves. Those aren't boxing gloves. They are proper organic hands and feet. The inorganic parts I was talking about were the training weights on the wrist and ankle. That could be like a differently pattern. No, you're right. They have a. No, you're right. they have a different height. Oh, I like it even less now. Does it not have fingers? Is the hand one giant ball? Just a ball? Oh, I hate that. I hate that. Because it's not a monkey, it's an ape. It's in the name. Apes don't have tails. I don't care. The tail looked better. I don't care! The tail looks better! He has 2 big fingers, so he lost fingers as well. Downgrade. Downgrade. I have said my piece. I have said my opinion. We're moving on. Growlithe, right? Growlithe or something? I like this dude. He's a dog. Do you expect me to be objective about this? Do you? Do you expect me to be objective about the doggy? I'm not going to be. He's a dog. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's such a good boy. So, whatever his name is, Growlithe, I assume. I love him. I like the palette. The palette is very, like, orange, warm, yellow, but a yellow that's a little bit more colder, so that it's not overwhelmingly warm. It has that black to cut out the color, and it makes him look a little bit more, like, I don't know, dangerous in a way. Not super dangerous. He's a friend. He's a friend. He's not gonna do anything to you, but, like, it has interest. The black pattern in the coat adds interest. Almost makes you think of a tiger, but clearly not a tiger because, like, it's a dog. There's literally one tiny change that I would want to do, and it's, I would want, well, maybe 2. I would want the color in the inside of the ears to be different. Maybe a yellow, maybe a white, maybe a pink, maybe something to counteract the warmth, like something with a cold undertone. And I kind of wish I could see it. Maybe at the end of the day, it wouldn't be a better change. I don't know. I would have to see it first, judge second. But maybe if this little tuft of hair was tinier, more round like the tail. Like, I wish I could see this same sort of like tuft of hair opposite direction. So like if this one is pointing this way, this one pointing that way, like a little bit of a pompadour thingy. I wish I could see it, but it's I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. You know what I mean? He's a canine, but he has a tiger-like color scheme. Yeah, looks like a lion to me. That's because of the color scheme and because of the coat pattern. I really like him. You wouldn't mind if I draw Lamia with his legs? Of course I would mind. Of course I would mind. What are you talking about? I expect you to like this one. Interested in your take on the evolution, though. We'll get there. I don't even know what I think. When it comes time, which is like 1 minute to actually put words on it, I'm gonna struggle to find words. Cool undertone on a fire type, only on the ear. Only on the inside of the ear, because regardless of the type, you do want it to not be overwhelming to the eyes. You do want it to be like a well-balanced palette. In the Pokemon world, you can cut some of its fluff to make it look different. Yeah, but we're not judging what mine would be styled as. We're judging this. We are judging the design as presented. Take the Hisu variant? No, I'm trying to keep it to this. We've done a lot of checking other things, and it slows me down a lot. And I don't want to. I want to keep it to this. If apes can have tails, lamia can have feet. Listen, confession time, I guess. I don't like monkeys and apes, so I don't know anything about them, and I don't care about anything about them. But if you like lamias, you can't just, you know, break the essence of a lamia. But I can break the essence of an ape or a monkey because I don't like them. I don't care. I don't like them. Agreed, monkeys are creepy and ugly. Honestly, I find them that. Lena loves monkeys, and I just don't get it. But we are apes. Guys, come on. What about humans? What? Because humans are technically apes. You know what I mean. Don't try to outsmart by definition and technicality. Communication gets boggled down when you try to be like tricky and haha. Technically, we're not what we're talking about. Perfectly normal lamia, except she has one big foot at the end of the tail. I hate that. Oh my god, I hate that. No, why would you say that? Arcanine. Arcanine. Don't try to stun me by being correct. No, I'm not saying that. Listen, okay. I'm gonna make a pause here just to clarify this, because it really, like, I'm already too slow at this. I already need to go fast. And stopping at technicalities where you very well know what I mean is not conducive to actually having a conversation. It's just like meddling the conversation down. It's like when people say like humans and then they say something about animals and someone goes, well, technically humans are animals. Yeah, bro, but context. You know that where I'm talking about humans and I'm talking about animals and I'm making distinctions, that's because I'm talking about humans as a separate things from animals. Don't boggle down the conversation with technicalities where we all know what we're talking about. Anyways, so this one is the one that I just did. And where am I gonna put it? In here. Because it's great. But it's not like I don't love it with my entire heart and soul. I feel like I love him, but I want to play with the design a little bit. I want to try and play with the design a little bit, and that means I'm not 100%. Now this one, Arcanine. There's not much to say about Arcanine. It's basically just bigger Growlithe. It's basically just Growlithe, but like big and fluffier. I don't like... I'm gonna once more assume that the sprites are off color. I'm gonna assume this gray is not supposed to be gray. It's supposed to be black, like the rest of the coat. If this is supposed to be gray, I don't like that. I don't like that if it's supposed to be gray, but I'm gonna assume that it's black. I like that he's extra fluffy. I like that he has the extra tufts of fur in the extremities to give him like more of a difference to the Growlithe. I like that the tail is much longer, much more luscious. I think it's meant to be glossy fur. It's supposed to be the same black. Yeah, it's supposed to be the same black. It has to be. Because what would the gray be, you know? That would... it would be weird. So it's supposed to be black. I like that. I like that he's a fluffier version. I do want to see it from a different angle because both of them have the same angle. But I wish I could see the head properly. There's clearly a distinction between the muscle, the snout having that yellow fur versus the top of the head having the traditional orange fur, which I like. I think that inner color in the ear works significantly better than the yellow greenish one that the other one had. And I like this size of ear better than the one the other one had. In general, I just feel like it's exactly what an evolution is supposed to be. It's bigger, it's fluffier, it looks more dangerous, it looks faster, and it's just the exact same concept, but a little bit more. It's the same thing, but more. And I think that's a proper evolution. I'm gonna put him on the top. There's nothing I would change. Like, literally not a thing that I would change. He looks fantastic. It's a 2 meters dog. I love him even more with that fact. I want to, if I'm gonna die, and it's not by being lost in a forest and failing all of my survival checks, then I want to die smothered by dogs. Be it one big one or many small ones. I don't care. I just love it. Sent a different pose in Talk to Ellie. Do I want to watch it? Do I want to watch it? Good placement. I used to keep Ninetales around cannon on me a lot. What survival checks? You know, for when I survive in the forest and I have to roll my dice. You know. Okay. No, you know what? I'm not gonna check the evolution. I'm not gonna check the image. If I check the image, it will have to be amended later because I'm staying with my rule. I'm staying with my rule. I want it to be like I'm judging what I'm seeing here. I wonder what Ellie would think of Digimon evolutions. Probably nothing good. Probably nothing good. You're weird, Ellie. We know. We've been known. You failed the perception check, that's why you ended up in the forest? No, I ended up in the forest because I ran into it. Because I love the idea of getting lost in a forest, even though I would probably die. Poliwag. It's based on a tadpole of glass frogs. You can see their guts. Yeah, I know. I know about that. And to be completely honest, I kind of liked it more when I hadn't seen the reference. Because the reference kind of freaked me out a little bit. The reference kind of freaked me out. Like, it's one thing to look at this and be like, oh, it has a quirky little spiral pattern in the coat. It is another thing to look at this and be like, hey, see that black stuff? That's its guts. That is its intestines. And it's like, huh. I don't like that. That is a little bit impressive in the wrong sense. I have a hard time believing people would have much good to say about Digimon evolutions, to be honest. I would probably not have much good to say, probably. That's why you die, because you just roll dice instead of actually surviving. It's the only way that I've, you know, dealt with survival yet so far in life. Anyways, the sprite doesn't do the swirl justice. I think just the fact of knowing that it's the guts, it just makes it worse for me. So much worse. Digimon evolutions will make your brain not because they are good, but because the evolution tree is not a tree, it's a galaxy. I know, and that's why I don't think I would have anything good to say about it. That big thing is its mouth, and that is a closed mouth. I'm gonna come out and say I don't like it in general. There's like ideas that I really like in this Pokemon, and they are all kind of like not enough to counteract the things I don't like. There are ideas that I like. I like the tail a lot. I like the tail so much, and I know it's based on a tadpole, so like whatever. It's not even like an original thing creator, but it's cute and whimsical, and I like it a lot. I don't like that it doesn't have even a little nub of an arm. It doesn't even have a little nub of an arm. A little fin. One tiny little fin, I think, would have been really cute. I understand it's a tadpole, it's an egg, whatever. But, like, it's also a fantasy version of it. You can change it if you want. And I hate that mouth. I hate that mouth so much. I hate that mouth. I don't like it. I really don't. I like the eyes. The eyes are really cute. Tyler, welcome. Hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome, welcome. Hi. Digimon evolutions are like Mega Evolutions. Just doesn't really base the evolved design on the previous version. And I don't like that. I don't like that. This guy is one of my faves. He's so cute. You think he's cute? I don't think so. I don't know. Something about everything with the mouth. Something about not being able to understand if I'm supposed to be looking at the spiral as guts or as a coach. I don't know. I don't know. Goodbye, Tyler. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Hope you rest very well. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna put him sort of middle of the road. Because I don't hate it. I just wish... There's good things and there's bad things. There's good things and there's bad things. I kind of like the spiral, to be honest. If we ignore the fact that it's based on tadpoles where you can see their guts, if you just take it as a spiral in its belly, the spiral doesn't even look like guts. It looks like a spiral. Yeah, but it's based on those tadpoles where you actually do see the guts. Let me, I know that I said that I wasn't gonna Google, but just this one thing. Glass tadpoles. Like, it's based on this thing. And I'm gonna be honest, it freaks me the fuck out. It really freaks me out. It's freaky. Because, like, clearly, that's its guts. You wouldn't have known that if nobody told you. I know. Yeah, I know. I know. Poliwag has a very thin skin. It's possible to see the Pokemon spiral inner right through the skin. Despite its thinness, however, the skin is also very flexible. Even sharp fangs bounce right. Okay, so even the description of the Pokemon says that it's guts. So it is official. It is official. Okay. Thanks for that, Ellie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It freaks me out. I should have warned you guys. I should have warned you about it. But yeah, basically, I don't know how to feel about it. I like the cute element of the roundness and the eyes being so big and being like kind of cross-eyed and being like these round shiny eyes. And I love the tail. I love the tail so much. But I don't like knowing that it's the spiral guts, and I don't like that it doesn't have a single fin or nub for arms, and I don't like the mouth. I don't like the mouth at all. Leatherman, welcome. Hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome, welcome. Hi. All right, now this one. You guys gave me the name Poliwhirl. It's not a great design IMO, but it is at least vaguely froggy. I would say that it is vaguely froggy. I would say I don't quite like it. I like the idea in general. It's once more like I like the concept in general, but it's the details where it kind of falls apart. If I don't think about it too hard, I kind of like it. I like that it's so round, but at the same time, it has a very different round feeling as the previous version, as the previous evolution. I like that it still has the big, round, shiny eyes, but it has them in more of a frog way. I don't like that it doesn't have a mouth. Because, bruv, those are your guts. Where is your mouth? Where's your goddamn mouth? How are you eating? I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like that it has, once more, gloves. Why? Why? If you're gonna give it glovesies, it should be by coloration of the skin. I don't like that. Does its mouth split and become its nostrils? I don't know. It doesn't have a mouth, bro. It doesn't have a mouth. Poliwhirl does get a split evolution in Gen 2 that makes it a frog. I think it makes sense. And I do find the several differences between this and the last evolution. We'll get there. Also from Wtuber, the spiral reverses. I don't care about the direction of the spiral. It doesn't really change my opinion, to be honest. Last evolution is the same, but angrier. It's just not great. It's just not great. I like that it has the big, round, froggy eyes. I wish the gloves were less just someone wearing gloves and more of a... Because here's the thing. Okay? Here's the thing. I complain about this one not having even the tiniest bit of a stump. Like, give it a little fin. Give it a little stumpy little arm that's useless. Doesn't have any function other than just being there. That way, when the second one has arms, fully developed arms with fingers and gloves, that at least there was a little bit of an indication of where the arms were coming from. You know? Like, I think it would help the consistency through line. I also don't like that it loses the tail so instantly, so fast. Because the tail was the best part of the design. And it's cut now. It's not even there. And also, where the fuck is his mouth? I'll say that again. Where is his mouth? I'm gonna put it a tier below. One tier below Poliwag, because sadly I need to leave room for this one. Because this one is objectively worse. We have the exact same structure, but now the cute little round shiny eyes are gone. It still doesn't have a tail. It's still wearing Mickey Mouse gloves. Now the legs are less cute because they're not these overly big round legs, feet on tiny legs. They're just proportionally similar leg to feet. Like, that proportion is like, it's a fine proportion. It's not exaggerated. It's not made cuter by being like round and like bigger at the foot. It's just, it's less cute all around. It still has stupid Mickey Mouse arms. It still doesn't have a mouth. The eyes are less interesting. It's just the same but angry. Literally Poliwhirl angry after 1 year on non-skipping the gym. I swear, it's like, it's the same but angrier and like less cute. And I don't like it. Even as a kid, I remember thinking this is the same Pokemon. The arms are thicker. So even another downgrade. Yet another downgrade. It's the same thing, but a little bit more proportionally less cute. It's a little bit less cute version. Angrier, less cute version proportionally than the last one. Down. Down you go. Down it goes. Now you get why I asked, find the differences. Yeah, there's very little. The eyes, the arms being thicker, the proportions of the feet being different. And that's that. That's that. It's like Charmander evolving into Charmander, but with thicker arms. Yeah. Next evolution line are named Abracadabra and Alakazam. I know that. I don't know that I would be able to tell you without reading it, But I have heard about it, and I have thought in the past that it's very ingenious. I like it. I like the idea of like having the abracadabra alakazam like as the names of the thingy of the evolution line. It's kind of like a cute idea, you know? Abra is called Casey in Japan after Ergat Case, a Victorian psychic. Kadabra is Yurengera after Yuri Geller, a stage telekinetic. And Alakazam is Foodin after Houdini, who hated psychics. Personally, I think Abracadabra Alakazam is a better name. Personally. I have such mixed feelings on the Abra line. On the one hand, I love them. Beast mode, especially for how early you could get them. On the other hand, trying to catch one was kind of a torture. See, I don't have that I forgot the word mid-sentence. I don't have that baggage. Because I haven't played. I don't have any experience. So I just judge it as is. So, okay, so Abra. Once more, I have to first complain about the color, which you guys have said is not the most accurate. I just don't like how vibrant the yellow is. I wish it was a little bit more chill. Especially because the brown and the black work very well, but they are underwhelming in comparison to that yellow. I feel like the color palette needs to be a little bit more tuned, but as usual, I'm going to assume the sprite is a little bit off color, and I'm gonna assume that my version of the color that I envision in my mind is closer to the real thing. So these three are kind of more on point to the true colors. Really? Is it that vibrant? That saturated of a yellow? It needs to be a little bit chiller. It really does. I like him, but it's like I don't feel super strongly about him. You know? Like, I like the idea of this little brown stripe in the tail. I like the shape of the head is so shaped. Like, it's such a specifically designed sharp but not danger sharp. Sharp but like kind of cute sharp. But like it kind of looks like you could try to identify an animal, but every time you try it, like your perception changes. It's very good for what it's trying to be. It matches that perfectly. Everything about it matches it perfectly. I feel like the silhouette is good enough as well. Maybe not in... I would have changed the pose a little bit. He looks a little bit too sleepy, a little bit too chill. I feel that if he was at least standing up, I would prefer it. But it's good. It's good. And I wish the eyes were slightly different. Because this looks like it has its eyes closed. And I keep thinking, okay, but at some point he's gonna open them, right? At some point he's gonna open the eyes. I would need to see it with the eyes open, but I know for a fact there's definitely not going to be a different sprite with eyes open. These eyes are just perpetually closed, which I guess is fine. It's like, I don't know. I think it's a very good, solid design. I just wish it was a little bit different. Tiny little bit different. Tiny. Just a different yellow. A little bit toned down of a yellow. Maybe a sprite pose that isn't slouching down, but is a slouch down in a stand sort of way. And maybe, you know, a little bit of an open eye. Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit of aperture. Nothing more. Very little to complain about. Very, very little. I'm gonna read the chat before going into this one. I'm gonna read the chat before going into this one. Yuri Geller famously sued Nintendo because of it? No way! No fucking way! For real? Did you like that kind of thing in Japan in Dragon Ball? The wizard BBD had a son Babidi and his monster was called Boo. That's so cute! I like that! Abra starts having only teleport that ends the fight. Oh, when you find Abra, you have one chance to catch it. It has one single move. If you don't capture it at the first try, it teleports away. Oh, okay. That sounds annoying. That really sounds annoying if you're playing, yeah. Geller infamously sued them on the grounds that he owned the exclusive rights to associating spoons with psychic tricks. No way! Did he win? Because this was early days for Nintendo. They were not the juggernaut they are today. Did he win? I guess not, because we still have this design today. But wow, what world would it be if he had? It was not telecord because no one would mistake the monster for him? Damn. Can you imagine the world if he had one? It's interesting to think about. I can't look at Abra without thinking about the Sabrina episodes in the anime, which are awesome, but I can't. And some art I've seen online, I don't want to think about that. I don't need to have seen it. By the way you wrote it, I know what you mean. Just by the way you wrote it, and I don't like it. I don't really care for the evolutions much, but Abra is great. Abra's really nice. He's really nice. Still not sure what the hell it's supposed to be, and that's fine, because it's a monster, you know? Doesn't need to be an exact animal. Because of that whole thing with the real-life magician, the Kadabra line isn't actually allowed to appear in the anime anymore. Or at least wasn't for a long time. Oh, interesting. That's interesting. He sleeps 18 hours a day? That's adorable. But I still wish I could see its eyes open regardless. Have they ever shown an Abra with open eyes? Based on the way the sprite is designed, I would bet not. Abra can't give a shit about standing up or opening the eyes. He has better things to do and it can teleport if it has to move. In fact, teleport is the only thing it can do. Yeah, but I don't like that. I mean, it's lazy. It sounds from a design standpoint lazy. Mega Alakazam has 5 spoons. There is an ice cream Pokemon that has 5 things to put the asshole. I understand how you're saying it went into a meme. I can envision the meme in my mind. The spoon is a reference to the psychic ability of spoon bending. Yeah, I definitely know. I've definitely seen that. The ice cream Pokemon fears Kadabra. It makes sense. It makes sense. He didn't win, but he drug it out for years. Good for him. Good for him. Ellie reading 10 minutes of chat, speed running. I mean, I'm trying to speed run a little bit. I think the lore for this one is that his spoon is manifested out of his psychic powers. He didn't just find it. Oh! It's not even a real spoon? The spoon is not real. The spoon is not real. Anyways, aside from the spoon not being real, I fucking hate this thing. Strong words. I know. I know, strong words. But I fucking hate this thing. Why does it have a red star in its forehead? The previous version didn't even have a tiny little dot of red anywhere. Not a single bit of red anywhere. Why does it suddenly have a pattern in its stomach? Chest? I don't know. I can't even tell because the shape is so weird. It is such a weird shape for the body. I hate the mustache, which is not a mustache, because it's coming out from the sides of its nose, not from under its nose. Like, I hate everything here. I hate the weird shoulder pads. Shoulder things. And I hate that it looks like a quarterback uniform. Why does he have such big shoulder things? I forgot the freaking word for it. But why? Why does it look like he's wearing a American football thing uniform? Why does he have the red things in his stomach? Why does he have a red star? Why are the freaking mustache things coming out of the sides of his nose? Pauldrons? Yeah, I guess. I hate it so much. I hate this thing. I I can explain the marks. Actually, it's external to the Pokemon, though. What do you mean it's external to the Pokemon? It's part of its design. He's going through his Chuny face. He'll grow out of it. I don't care. He needs to grow out of it faster. Alakazam was a monster in Gem 1. Its only weakness was Big Witch. Its only weakness was Big? Which had no-gun moves and Ghost weakness accidentally programmed as an immunity. Tiene una estrella en la frente y encima del horno con las rastreras verticales en el estómago. Eso si no me preguntes por qué, eso es lo que estoy diciendo. ¿Por qué? Why? In the anime, there's a moment where Ash meets the psychics who show him spoon bending thing, and he goes, I can do that too, and then fully flexes to bend the spoon muscle over brain. Does he manage to bend the spoon with muscle? Because that's still impressive, especially for a 10-year-old. Isn't he like a 10-year-old? The marks are psychic card marks. Terrible idea. Terrible concept. I hate it even more. From a test for psychic powers that they used to run. I don't care. It looks bad and it makes no sense that he would have manifested in his fucking code as a red fucking sticker ass looking star. Eso es su pelvis, no hay nada más abajo. El resto es la cola. Everything under that red is just the tail. I hate this thing. I hate this thing. Ash may be 10 years old, but he can lift a 2,000 kilograms Pokemon. That's crazy. That is crazy. What 10-year-old can do that? I'm sorry, what? What? Also, according to the Pokedex, Kadabra's psychic powers leak out a bit as they are too strong to control and weird things happen when it's around, like clocks ticking the wrong way and such. Oh, that would freak me the fuck out. That would freak me out. Okay, yeah, he freaks me out personally. He freaks me out emotionally. He freaks me out in concept. I hate the stupid markings, the stupid mustache, the stupid pauldron, the stupid lack of a body, weird ass shiny tiny pelvis thing. I don't like anything about him. Like, it's still better than this, but not by much. Next, same problems. Have you noticed that I still have the same problems? It's even worse now. It's even worse now because, well, it's not worse because at least he doesn't have the stupid sticker star and the weird red markings. But now he doesn't have a tail, which the tail was actually better than no tail. It lost the markings on the tail. Yeah, but that's like they cancel themselves out. It lost the markings. Good. It lost the tail. Bad. Still has stupid mustache coming out from the sides of its snout instead of under its nose. Still has the stupid pauldron that makes him look like he's trying to play American football. And now he has 2 spoons. I don't know who told this designer that more equals better, but I don't think it's necessarily true. I like that now he has brown on the rest of his body, in the arms and in the legs, and not just the pauldron. But also, is he even thinner in the arms and the legs than the predecessor? He's going in the same tier. Sorry. I can't care for that. I cannot. He's strong enough to bend 2 spoons. Ooh. He gets double the ice cream. Wow. I don't care. I don't like him. It looks like they didn't finish him. Like they ran out of time and had to ship what they had. You're not terribly wrong. You're honestly not terribly wrong. Okay, now match up. In Japanese is Wanriki. Literally, arm power. Good thing I'm not judging them by the names, because I think that's pretty lame as a name. The arms aren't that thin, you don't see it well because of the weird proud pauldrons. Okay, I'm okay with my choice for Kadabra and Alakazam. He probably is even thinner. The more psychic power, the less it uses its muscles. In fact, when it mega evolves, it's literally too weak to walk. What the fuck? I hate those. It looks like a lizard or fish. You know what? I never was able to put a name to this thing as far as comparing it to an animal. Like, I don't understand. What am I supposed to be looking at? It looks like some weird cryptid. Almost like a fae. Here we see the example of what I was talking about before. You know, this has a very round curve on this side. The body is like very round towards the front. But this works much better than in the other examples that I was complaining about, because this side of the torso is like straight. So this shape ends up getting a lot more attention. The eye goes to that side easier and understands the shape a little bit more dynamically. Just having the opposite side of a high volume shape be a straighter, less voluminous shape helps a lot, and I like it so much more. I like that it does the thing that I do with my chibis, where the bottom of the extremities, like the extreme part of the extremity, the outside most part of the extremities is wider, cone shape even. And I don't know, it's like, this is a solid design. This is a solid design. Is it the best thing you've ever seen? Absolutely not. But it's solid. Like, I can't find much to complain about it. It has those three little things in the top of the head that make it look more like a monster fantasy creature. It has the red eyes, which is monstrous on its own as well. I would like to understand what these pixels are right here. Is he supposed to have like very visible like ribs? I guess? Oh, it's supposed to have a tail. Aww. Aww. No tail? No tail? Why no tail? It's like kind of lizard person. Lizard would fit with tail. I don't understand why this sprite doesn't have a tail. Do I count it as having a tail? Wait, they have a tail? So it is a lizard thing. That's what I'm saying. The original had a tail. Maybe they lost it in actually making the proper sprites. It's just that the sprite doesn't show it, but they do. Okay, so I do judge it as having a tail. I think that adds points, personally. I have literally earlier this week heard a person say that Machop line is lizard based. Well, the tail definitely supports the idea of a lizard more. Bias much? In what sense? Yeah, I like lizards, so what? I like lizards! Sue me! If you have a front end and back sprite, no one would do the back sprite for the purposes of game, though. I mean, do you even see the back of the Pokemon in the game? Bonus points for tails? Yeah. I'm not wrong about it. And I'm not wrong. I think the lines are foreshadowing the lines on Machoke. I think there's nothing I can say about this. It's just a solid design, you know? Like, it's not super impressive. It doesn't have anything outrageously bad. It's like, I wish this yellow was a bit more white, like in the original drawing. Literally, whenever you summon a Pokemon, you see its back. Oh, so you do see the back. Oh, I wish I could see the sprites in the back then. I wish I could see the sprites of the back. That would help me. Generation 1 sprite had a tail posted on Talk to Ellie. Okay. If he has a tail, it's still better. So I'll still put him like middle of the road. I just don't think it's special enough. I don't think it has anything fantastic about it enough to put him higher than this. Because like, does it fit better here? I don't think so. I think this is a more interesting design. I think this is a more interesting design. I think these are significantly more interesting than this. And even though I don't have anything specific that I would fix about it, I also don't think it stands out or it like does anything super special. So it's less about like it having bad things and more about it not earning a better spot. All right, now this one. I immediately like it less. I immediately like it less because we're starting to go into the territory of this is a dude. This is just a dude. Obviously, he's not just a dude. Okay, obviously, he still has a lizard face. He still has weird flakes of... What did I do? He still has weird plates in the head. He still has a lizard face. Oh my god, my stupid tongue today. I genuinely hate these red lines. The way that they go through the arm instead of across. I think if you wanted to give it a pattern for the coach, which I assume is fur, if they would go across the arm, like horizontal instead of vertical lines, I would prefer it much more. They are stretch marks, he overdid it. Like, it legit it might be, because like that's sort of the impression you end up getting. It looks more like ruptured muscle than anything. And I don't like that. It's like, I'm not even an impressionable person, but it gives me bad vibes. It gives me bad juju. I also really hate that it wins a belt. Like it's an evolution, and it suddenly has clothes as part of its evolution, just like with the Mickey Mouse gloves. I don't like that. I don't like that whatsoever. I'm gonna put it lower than this one. Not too low though, because we still have to go to this. And in the comparison, this one needs to be lower. Because what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Actually, no, this needs to be lower. Because I was gonna say, like, why is it so green? And then I go back and it's like, no, wait, it's kind of like more similar in color to this than the second one was. So like, why was the second one blue? You know what? I'm gonna lower it. Why are you blue? Why are you blue? Why do you have clothes as part of your evolution? Why do you have stretch marks or ruptured muscle or whatever? Like, why are you just a dude? Why are you just a dude? Pretty much every other Pokemon call just a dude. Wait, no. That had a previous message. If I'm gonna read that one out loud, I need the other one too. To me, this one is the most applicable case of just a dude people use. Pretty much every other Pokemon called just a dude, I can only ask, have you ever seen a human? But here, it's fair. Yeah, he's way too just a dude, you know? It gains Sandys and a belt, and both are clothes and can be removed. What the fuck? It can be removed? No. 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 I don't like that. I don't like that. Same with Charmander and Charmeleon. They changed the color palette to not confuse the kids. If you don't want to confuse the kids, make the designs different enough. Just make the designs better, bro! Oh my god, you can't just ask someone why they're blue! I am asking why they're blue. And I'm deciding that loses them points. Machamp should be the same color as Machamp. Machoke just overdid it too much, and that's why it's different. Honestly, yeah, they should be the same color. Honestly, they should. Now, I don't like this at all whatsoever. This is, first of all, the meme of like never skip leg day. Leg day. My tongue is really stupid today, guys. Never skip leg day. Never skip leg day. Like, those legs are not thin. You know, those legs are not underpowered. But the weight on the top of this thing. The weight on the top of the things with the 4 arms, with the 2 extra arms, feels like it will topple over. And I absolutely hate this mouth thing. This weird yellow mouth thing, it gives me such creepy energy. It's like, it's a creep. I don't like him at all. I don't like him at all. And so he will also go down here. I don't care. The sprite may not convey that Machop and Machamp have the same color. Are you talking about this one and that one? Yeah, they look the same color. They look the same color. But this one is blue. So no. His legs are worked. He doesn't suffer from chicken legs. No, he doesn't have chicken legs. But it feels like this dude... Like, it feels like this dude had proportionally bigger legs than this one, while having to support less weight. This one, he has very worked legs, but at the same time, proportionally, if you look at the proportions, they have become smaller. They have become shorter. This calf is a ball, while this one is like twice its length. And the sprite also has the same thing, where these legs look significantly taller than this one's. So it feels like it's gonna topple over. Can't believe she hates Meowth. I don't hate Meowth. Bellsprout, Pokemon 69. We did it, boys. Ah, Pokemon 69. Nice. Nice. Anyways, Bellsprout. Oh, I have such mixed feelings about this one. Because I like the concept. I do like the concept. But at the same time, it's like the moment you think about it a little bit too much, it stops working. I think the twiggy little legs would have worked better if it had a couple more twiggy little legs, or if it had thicker roots. Basically, these roots right here, they don't look like they support that big ass head. I want them to be even more, and it walks like you know, a thing with tentacles. That would be really cool. If it talked with like a mass of tentacles that are not tentacles, they are roots. Or thicker roots. I need it to look like it can support its own weight. I also want the leaves to be a little bit higher. A little bit higher in the body. Not like here, but like here-ish. Just a little bit higher. For the weight distribution of the thing. It's a flower, the biggest head will not weigh anything. It's not a flower, it's a Pokemon. It's a creature based on a flower, and I don't have any reason to judge it as if it's gonna be weightless when it has eyes and a mouth. That being said, I hate the mouth so very much. I absolutely hate the round mouth that looks like a plastic toy, or worse. And if it's gonna be a flower, I wish it was like more flower-like. It looks more like a plastic toy than like, ignore the rest, ignore the wood and leaf parts. Just look at the yellow and the reddish thing. It looks like a rubber toy. So I don't know. It's like concept works, silhouette is great. I just wish it had some changes. I hate the mouth. I'm sure that I could do something a little bit better. Don't think too hard on the number and the design. I am thinking too hard. That's the point of what I'm doing. Buzzsprout is great. You don't have a say on the matter. Except I do. You came here to hear my say on the matter. And my say on the matter is, it needs to be better. I really like Bellsprout. It's another one I think is super cute. I think it could be super cute if it was a little bit different. It's a pitcher plant. It works. Not to me. Let me Google pitcher plant. That looks nothing like this. What? That looks nothing like the Pokemon. Like at all. Although I have to admit, the stupid red lips do work when you look at the picture plant. I don't like it. Especially now that I'm seeing the actual plant. I think I like it less. The voice crack? Did I yell too loud or something? When did my voice crack? Like, I'm genuinely not even conscious of what I'm saying. I'm looking at these flowers and being distressed. I'm being distressed. It's not a flower. Flower is a carnivorous flower, one that eats insects. It doesn't eat flowers like roses. It doesn't fit. I'm not saying that. But now that I've seen the actual thing, I don't know. I don't know. It's now a bad time to point out that rubber is also a plant. It's not a plant. It's derived from one. You're gonna hate the evolutions then? I do. Actually, I do hate the evolutions so much. Like, I already know that this apparently is gonna be my unpopular opinion of the tier rank, but I don't like them at all. I think this looks incredibly stupid, and it looks like the detached head of a clown. It looks like a detached clown head with the green things, instead of looking like leaves, looking like the wig of a clown. I like the green dots on the yellow part of the plant because the plant is texture. The thing is 1 meter tall. I don't like it. I don't think it looks that much like you. I'm not a clown, silly. Fine by me, I never liked them either. Even when I caught them for completion's sake, I never tried using them. I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't like it. I think, and this is unexpected for everyone, I think the best design out of the three is this one. Because A, it looks the most like the plant, but still looks like a fantasy creature. B, it translates the spirit of the plant, like the spirit of the concept. Like, if the concept is a carnivorous plant that like entices prey into its inescapable like flower thing, the fact that it has a lid that gives you that idea of once you go in, it will cover it and you will not be able to go out. And the fact that it has like the sharp teeth that speaks of danger, you know? And the fact that it has the slit eyes makes him feel dangerous, makes him feel aggressive, makes him feel like a predator, makes him feel like the concept, the spirit of the plant. A carnivorous plant sounds scary, right? Not scary once you know how carnivorous plants are, but like the very idea of a plant being carnivorous, it's at the very least a little bit unsettling. And I think this one portrays that feeling. I think this one portrays that the spirit of it. I think this one has a very interesting way of making the leaves look like arms. I think I really like how it clearly has like leaf and branch, but it's a monster, it's a creature. So the moment you try to follow that leaf branch thing, it's like a tail as well. And it gives you that sort of feeling of like monster creature. I really like this one, objectively as a design. Last is the best of the lot, yeah. Big Trevelle is 170 centimeters. That's way too fucking tall. In the anime, James from Team Rocket would eventually get Big Trevelle. I don't even remember it ever fighting. It would instantly try to eat him anytime he called it, though. I think I've seen clips of that. I think I have seen memes. The large lit leaf is the small... Huh? The large lit leaf is the small stinger. They're the same part. Yeah, and it makes it look like a monster, like a creature. And I really like it. So I think my judgment of these three as a whole thing... Oh, now I see it more clearly. I really like it. I really like it. This one is the worst of the lot by far. It's gonna go back down there. Why does it look like a clown head? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Look at this and tell me it doesn't look like a clown head, with the green being the wig and the big red overdrawn lips. Then this one is a very solid design. In fact, I'm gonna put it here, even though I don't really like it that way. I don't like it the same way I like this one or this one, but I like it in the same way I like Charizard, in the sense of like, it's just a good design. It's just a good design. I have nothing that I would change, because any changes would make it a less effective design. And then this one has to be in the middle, in between those two. I guess I'll put it here. It's like, there's several things that I would change. And I hate it as a representation of the flower, but... Vorador, welcome, and hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome, welcome! Thanks, now I can't unsee it, though I guess that's better than what I associated with it before. Do you see it? I don't see it as a clown, but I know better is designed from other sprites. Like this, it looks like a clown. At the very least, like this. Maybe the specific sprite bias? I don't know. Alright, so Tentacool. Once more, it's like, I don't like it, but I can't complain about it. Because technically, as a monster design, it works very well. Like, it's not its fault that I don't like it. It looks kind of like a squid slash jellyfish, right? Not a jellyfish, more like a squid. But kind of. Jellyfish, kind of squid. But at the same time, it looks very otherworldly. Because the big red things very much don't feel like any real squids. It's also like this thing in nature where you'll have parts of the animal that look like eyes, even though it's not the real eyes. And like the eyes are down here, but this looks like very big insect-like eyes. The colors work very well, and assuming it's floating and these are tentacles, right? It's not legs. The tentacles work for a water type of creature. I wish it was white instead of this weird mustardy brown. And maybe I wish this red dot wasn't there, or that there were several. Like, it's weird to have the one red dot isolated, and I know we have this two, but those two are gigantic in comparison. So I feel like we should have a pattern of red dots or scattered throughout a few more red dots. Many theorize Machoke was meant to be traded with Traveler to evolve as it gains Graveler's forearms and Graveler's becomes more reptilian. I don't understand any of that. Tentacle and Tentacruel have an UFO alien look. Yeah, it looks kind of otherworldly. It's simple and that's it. It's simple and effective. It's just simple and effective. Like, it's not great. Yeah, it's not great, but it's good. It does what it needs to do. When Pokemon was coming out, the topic of pollution was still a very big deal in the media. Probably should still be. Definitely should still be. We are more microplastic than blood nowadays. Isn't that fun? The anime did a couple of episodes where via the pollution the Tentacruel grew. Makes sense. My eyes are down here. That's the vibe I get though. Grimmer and coughing lines are pollution. I think I know which ones you're talking about. Oh, the Tentacruel grew to kaiju size. That was a 2-part message. I was trying to attack the city, and thanks to psychic powers, it was able to communicate clearly why it's doing it. If I remember correctly, they did manage to calm it down eventually. I mean, good message to have. It's still relevant. I'm gonna bet the phase of the evolution will mark its doom for you for non-design reasons. Yeah, I do think I like this one more than the evolution, personally. I am going to put this like here. It's like a good design. I have nothing to complain about, but it's also not great. It's like Machamp in that sense. It's like, well, I do have a couple of things to complain about, just like the red dots and the white of the tentacles. But like, it's not bad. But this one starts losing the plot a little bit because the jellyfish aspect, the squid aspect, what is that black thing? What is the black body that this has? In the other one, like everything was in the body of the jellyfish. This one has like a random black ball out of nowhere. I don't like that. I don't like that it has like pincers, but it looks kind of like a nose. But if you look at it from behind, what does it look like? A weird... It's like a big pincer. Yeah, but it's like a big pincer that kind of comes out of the face, like if it was a nose, except the back one comes out of nowhere in the middle of the back. It has way too many tentacles as well. It doesn't need to have those many. 6 would have sufficed. It didn't need to have this many, to be honest. And once more, even though I like the red things, I like the shape of this blue cape head, I wish there was a little bit of a pattern with more red dots scattered throughout. I think Tentacruel's claw beak thing is a reference to the UFO catcher crane game. That would be so stupid. That would be so dumb. I always thought it looked like a Goofy amusement park hat. I guess I kind of understand how you see that, but I don't see it like that personally. There's 3 Pokemon which represents land, air, and water pollution. Oh, that makes sense. The evolution is a mosquito face slapped on Tentacruel and adding tentacles. Not even a mosquito face, because I'm still thinking of where the fuck is that second part of the beaker coming from? Like, is it coming from its ass? It's coming from the back of his face. I don't get it. Kind of makes me feel like a mushroom with worms. It's significantly less effective, you know? The back looks like the front, but with no eyes. You only see the fact that it's the front because of the eyes. So with no eyes, it's like, it's just a black ball. It has 10, real life squids have 10, jellyfish even more. But it doesn't need to be accurate. In this case, by making it accurate, you're just making it less readable. You're making it less effective of a design. Especially when you're working with like pixel art, which at the time was what they had. You do not need this amount of detail. In fact, extra detail in this case is just making it significantly less effective. The blue thing, imagine like a hat that is tilted a bit on the front, so the back shows a bit less than the front, and the black thing. The two arms of the tentacle are the straps that go under your chin to hold it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I see where you're getting at. I just don't see it like that personally. There's a middle red ball too, Ellie. You have the small red ball in the center, plus the eyes, plus a bit more on the back thing. It's still not what I'm saying about it having like more scatter throughout. It's like, it could be more. It could be better. That looks like it has way more than 10. Yeah, regardless of how many it has, it looks like a mess. You would much rather have, I would much rather have a proper cleaned up design that has less of them. 66 minutes. 7 minutes to get through this. Okay, 7 minutes to get to the design. Okay, so this one, Geodude question mark, I think. It's I'm gonna do the thing where I judge the entire line together, I think. Because it's really hard to have opinions on these ones for me. I think I need to run it by comparison. Okay. By comparison, this one is the best one by far. By far, this one is the best one. It looks like you clearly understand what the point of it is. You clearly understand it's supposed to be like rockish. But it also looks like a creature. It also looks like a monster, you know? It also looks like a big lizard thing with claws and with like big threatening legs. This one, I guess, also looks quite monster-ish, but like the face being part of the stone itself, I don't like as much as this one. Because this one is more like turtle in that sense. It's like you can see the creature having part of it that is rock and part of it that is like an organic thing. I feel like just the face being plastered on the stone makes it look more like a sticker. I like the shape of it. I like the concept of it, like, silhouette-wise. You do Graveler Golem. I like Graveler in the sense of, like, the silhouette and the shape. But I do wish it had the face not necessarily plastered on the stone. It makes me feel like it's just a sticker. I got a monster design, I got a rock. Listen, I think this is rock monster very effectively. I feel this is rock with just arms. I like the first one, it looks like Lena. It doesn't. It does not. It reminds me of a Ferrero Rocher. It doesn't. I see what you mean, but it doesn't to me. Looks like a tortoise got caught in a golf ball factory machine. Yeah, but like it looks kind of like a tortoise, but also kind of like a monster, kind of like a rock. So it's a good mix for me. It's a good balance. Wrong Golem is the worst one. You're wrong. You're the one who's wrong. This is the Pokemon line where I was talking about, where it gets Machoke's trades. The back arms on Graveler should be bigger than the small front arms. I don't know if the sprites conveys it well. I don't know that I would have noticed if you hadn't mentioned it. I do think it makes the design even better to have like different sized arms. I think I like that. Geodude can float for some reason because they didn't give him fucking legs. How else is it gonna fucking move? Well, I guess he could move by using his arms. That would be more interesting. Man, that would be more interesting, actually. Give it hair and then you will have to ask it questions to know which one is the real Lena. You guys are so mean! Guys, this is just a little boulder. This is just a little boulder with arms because they needed to make it, like, able to fight. They needed to make it able to fight. they plastered the face on the rock. Here's my thing. This one looks like a perfect balance between creature, organic creature, monster, and rock. This is like, to me, it sits exactly on the balance of those three things. An organic creature, a monster, and a rock. This one also has more of a shape, like it's specifically designed like a monster. I just wish the face wasn't plastered onto the rock. But like, this is just a pebble with arms. It's like designer. Hey, I have the design. It's a pebble. You okay with that? It's a pebble, but it has a face. And then the next person, the manager, goes, "Are you kidding, dude? It needs to be able to fight. It needs to be able to throw hands." Hands! Oh my god, you're so right! Wait, give me just 1 second. I'll fix it right away. Quickly adds a couple of hands. How about now? It has hands. It can throw hands. I guess, okay, sure. I guess it can fight now. Give me the stupid rock with arms. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. I kind of think this one has a bit more thought and more... This one has a lot more thought going into it. Because the shape in general had to be designed. The fact that it has like the 4 arms, but some of them are smaller than the other ones. It's like good. It's like good. And then this one is even more designed. So, judging them by... like, as a whole evolution. Let me see if this changes anything. Ooh, that's even cooler. To be honest, that makes it even cooler in that one. And this, with the extra armor on the arms, that makes it even cooler. And this is still just a rock with hands. So, judging. I'm gonna put this one here. It's really good. I'm gonna put this one here. It's really good. Like, again, it's good, but it's not mind-boggling. It's rock. It's rock. And then this one is gonna go here. I feel good about that. I feel good about that judging. I feel good about those ratings. And technically, this is the moment where I would stop because it's been 2 hours. But I'm not. I'm Ponyta, bro. I have to do Ponyta. Ponyta and Rapidash are perfect next. Pretty much. I mean, that's pretty much. Like, do you expect me to say something different? Do you expect me to be something different? No. It's like. It's a fire pony! It has adorable little eyes, an adorable little face. It looks like a friend. It looks like it would eat sugar cubes out of my hand oh so gently. The silhouette is great. The color palette is great. The vibe is great. I love that it has fire in its limbs, but it doesn't look awkwardly put. I really like it. And then this one just says, just like Growlithe. Just like Growlithe, it goes, hey, the first one was great. Do we need to change it? No, let's just do it, but more. Let's just do it, but even more. And that's what an evolution is supposed to be. This one has a horn. This one has a horn. So like, I don't need to say anything. The color palette is perfect. The shape is just wonderful. Great silhouette. The eyes are soulful and so nice and so cute, but this one also means business and he's serious. The color palette is great. Did I say that? Did I say that already? The little pony having the fire higher and then the unicorn having the fire lower on the legs just to give it that little bit of a change, that little bit of a swoosh. The hair being just bigger and fluffier on the evolution. The extra horn, just everything is perfect. Perfect. I was going to do this too because like there was literally no way it was gonna be different. And in fact, you know what? They are coming into the front because I love them so much. I love them so much. And that way we can finish for today. That way we can finish for today. Organic is overrated. Scientists are too focused on looking for planets where protein-based life can exist, foolishly ignoring the possibility of non-protein-based life. The thing is that, as far as I know from my friends who really like science, as far as I know, there's literally only 2 compounds that could theoretically allow for life. Either protein or, what was it, silica? And literally nothing else could support life as far as science knows. I may be wrong. I am talking about things I don't understand based on hearing conversations by friends who like the topics. But I clearly don't form part of those conversations because I don't understand. The art shows really shows the difference of length on Graveler's arms. Yeah, it makes it even cooler looking. I would be willing to bet Golem was made before the idea of evolution and just slapped to this line as close enough? I don't think so. I think it works with the other 2. I think it works with the other 2. You need 4 more or nothing? Why? Why 4 more? You said that as long as I got through the stones that I would make it to the right number. Did I get it wrong? You gotta rate your little ponytail? Of course. Of course. Why are you saying 4 more or nothing? I thought we had made it. Ponyta is a fire pony and Rapidash is a fire unicorn. You can't improve. That's what I'm saying. You cannot improve those 2. They're perfect. They're perfect. Check Galarian Ponyta and Galarian Rapidash? No. I refuse to. I don't want to keep checking the Galarian version, guys. I said it from the first time. I spent a lot of time on the first one checking out other stuff, and I don't want to do it anymore. Shiny Ponyta is odd, yes, but Galarian Ponyta is where it's at. I think this is already perfect. So, I'm a little on this, you will love them, but I don't want to do it while doing these streams. I want to do it, listen, one day maybe we do the Galarian tier list. And it's gonna be meaningless if I've already expressed all of my opinions about them. Elyssia horse girl noted? Yeah. Yeah, kinda. Sherry Pumpkin, welcome. Hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome. Please check Rick Jenner for follows to Ellie. I will not. But thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Thank you for the super. Gotta go. Okay, thanks. Bye. Goodbye, Ritas. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Night, actually. I hope that you sleep very well. Galarian Ponyta also happened to be in Gen 8, where Pokemon was on top of the marketing game. They did like an 8-hour live stream of forest wallpaper with glimpses of Galarian Ponyta briefly appearing. That sounds cute. Like a cute idea. Like a good hype builder. So you're a fire type trainer. That's what I'm getting from this list? I wouldn't say so. I'm a cute animals trainer. I'm a they need to be cute trainer, personally. Don't you dare to do Slowpoke and Slowbro to reach 80? Why not? Do the next 2 to end on a round number? Just to end on a round number? Just to end on a round number! But this is a perfect place to stop! This is a perfect place! I said reach Golem, or if you want more, reach Slowbro. But you said Golem was the quota! We did the quota! You said Alolan versions, not Galarians. I'm saying I could be ranking them in the future instead of doing all of my reactions here, when I'm not gonna rank them. Crooked Gamer, welcome. Hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome. Hi. Don't want to get in the way of not rating any more Pokemon today. That's not what I'm talking about. Check the Galarians. I will not! Galarian Ponyta is way better than Ponyta. Shut up! You can't say that about my baby. You can't say that about my baby Ponyta. How many was that today? It was a good few. I think it was a good few. I think it was good. And I'm already rushed. I don't want to do more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 5. 14 times 5. I cannot believe this thing is opening Edge instead of giving me the calculator. Come on, calculator. 14 times 5 is 70. 70. Some of them are gonna go so fast though. Some of them. Not all of them. Just some of them. But hey, this one is... We reached the quota! We exceeded the quota by 2! That's good! We exceeded the quota by 2. We exceeded the quota. The quota was 2 before when I stopped, so we exceeded the quota. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. $78 is rapid dash, slow bro is 80. How can you do that? I'll do you one better. I'm the type of person that will not raise or lower the volume of something until it's either ending on a 0 or a 5. I'll do you one better. I'm someone who will set an alarm and I'll just scroll through the numbers because that's what happens in iPhone. You scroll through the numbers, you don't type it in. And I'll scroll through the numbers until it's kind of like there. If I wanted to have an alarm for like 30 minutes, a half an hour nap, and it lands on 33 instead, I'll just go, close enough. I'm not the kind of person who needs it to be cleanly stopped at 0 or 5. Ends on 0 or 5, yet you ended on 78. That's what I'm saying. I'm not the type of person who needs it to end at a clean number. If it ends at 78, it ended at 78. It's whatever. I know a lot of people get really mad at that. A lot of people are like, no, it needs to end in a 0 or a 5. It needs to be clean, a clean number. And I don't care. I don't care. 73 left, so much. All this time and you could have done 2 more to end at 80. Being round, you needed to be round. And I'm so sorry to hear that, but I don't. I don't. I did warn you that Gen 1 and Gen 5 have way more Pokemons than all the other gens. It feels like it. It feels long. But I also feel like I'm doing a better number than other times, other tier lists. Maybe it's just recency bias though. Maybe I'm not doing a better time. I'm 100% sure when Ellie reaches Krabby, she will say it's just a crab. Probably. I'm pretty sure I know which one you're talking about. It's just a crab. The power of fire hoses pushed you past the finish line. Yes, they did. It was also just so much easier. She doesn't need the stream to end. Let's go. What? Take touch only to see the top whiskers on a cat. Nefarious behavior. It's just like not being too bothered by things that don't make a difference. I wouldn't. Okay, I'll kinda give you that with the whiskers. They are not really whiskers. If you compare it to the proper whiskers, they're so much thinner. They're so much shorter. They're like like barely there by comparison. But I will give you technically, like, they serve the same function as whiskers, so. P.S. This is Galarian Meowth. Stop trying to show me the versions! The alternative versions! Stop it! Also, I insist, I don't care that it has a bendable tiny knob. That is not a finger, it's a knob. I see that you circled it in red. That is a knob. I'm seeing the non-Growlithe, and wow! I actually don't like it. Oh wow. Wowee. Seeing it from a different angle actually does change things. I'm gonna have to amend that. Wait a sec, guys. We're gonna really quickly do this. We're gonna really quickly do this. We're gonna amend this. We're gonna put him here. Because I just saw this picture. And I don't like the way that the fur meets the snout, and it looks like it has like a completely separated face from the other side of the face. It looks like it's trying too hard to look like a superhero. It looks like, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. I don't like it. Why? So yeah, he got demoted. He got demoted. That's a bad choice. They should not have done that. That's a bad choice. Did you see the pictures? I'm on it right now. I am on the process of watching the pictures. Please stop ruining how I perceive Pokemon, Ellie. No, I'm honest. You wanted this? You wanted this? Now you get it. You wanted my opinions? You're gonna get my opinions. I don't like how it weirdly separates its face in two, and I don't like how it looks like it's trying too hard to look like fucking Batman or something. That really surprised me. I say it how I see it. Poor guy, all he wanted to be was a superhero. He didn't need to be a superhero. He was something better. A really fluffy dog. I thought that would be the same or better tier for Arcanine. P.S. It's not one of my favorite Pokemon either way. I mean, it was top tier, but the division of the face like that, I don't stand by. I don't stand by that. Okay, I'm still seeing the picture sent by people, and nothing else is changing my opinion all that much. Nothing else is changing my opinion all that much. I see that the Machamp, or whatever, the second evolution has the plates in the top of the head. They extend up until the back, and I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty neat. The flower looks even stupider when I see it in that sprite that they showed me. And alright, I don't think I'm seeing anything else that is changing my opinions. I think that's it. I think that's all the amendments. I think that's all the amendments we have. Oh, now the flower is singing. Okay, so see, with the flower dancing like that you just sent, the leaves are higher on the body, which is one of the two things that I said I would change. The leaves being higher on the body. That's exactly what I mentioned that I would have changed myself personally. A burning dog, tiger dog is pretty top already. Yeah, it's very close to the top. The only thing is I really don't like that division in the face. But other than that, it's great. Did you see a meme yet? Yeah, I saw a meme. You had already described it so well, it didn't surprise me or shock me. It's a good meme. It's a good meme. I have no emotional investment to find it hilarious. I think it's a good meme. The first 3 Machamp choke picks are Gen 1. The 4th is Gen 3 Machamp showing tail. I really do like the Gen 3 sprites much more. They do have better colors, more detail, etc. I like the tail. Like, seeing the tail, I like it even more at the sprite, but I already kind of liked it. I said the silly dance, I saw it. The plates thing on Machoke are only on Gen 1. Oh, wait, really? Did they take them out after? Why? Why? I actually thought it made, like, it was a better choice to have them like that. What do you think about the meme with the spoofs? I think it's a good meme. Like, here's the thing. You're not gonna get a super emotional reaction. I'm not a Mr. Beast who's gonna go like, oh my god, that's crazy! Wow, that's the funniest thing! I'm not gonna exaggerate my reaction. I don't really have all of that emotional investment in something like Pokemon. You had already explained the meme, so I had already envisioned the meme. In fact, I think I had envisioned the meme funnier than the actual meme. So I don't have much of a reaction. It's like you show the meme, I'm like, yeah, that's a good meme. Sorry, I can't give you much more than that. Objectively, it's a good meme. I'm not gonna laugh my tail off at it. You need to understand, this is the series of a girl who has never played Pokemon, tier ranks Pokemons. The part where I'm a girl who has never played Pokemon really should tell you how much I am not going to have nostalgia and or passion for the things that players and fans will. I understand that players and fans will feel significantly more and more intense. But it's just like, if I came here and I gave you memes about cookies, even if you understand them, you would be like, okay, yeah, I get it. I get the meme. But you wouldn't go feral over it the way I would, you know? That's good. It wouldn't make sense for you to have a tail only to lose it later. It's an expression. It's an expression. You just did read a little slower, so when I asked and when you reacted were different movements. That's why I repeated the answer. Don't worry too much. Huh? What? What do you mean? What do you mean? What? Oh my god, is my brain giving out just like my tongue did earlier? I should have understood that message. Wait, you just did read all slower. So when I asked and when you reacted were at different moments. That's why I repeated the answer. Don't worry too much. I am sorry. I think my brain is having short circuits. I am sure that I'm overthinking this. Are you saying that like I answered before you typed the question, after you typed the question? Are you saying... I've lost it. I've lost it. Are you saying that you asked the question first, typed it, sent it, it appeared on the chat, and then I answered? And that's why when I answered it a second time, it was really because I had already answered. Yo pregunté, tú no leíste, pregunté de nuevo, después de un rato leíste el primer comentario, cuando llegaste al segundo ya había reaccionado. Okay, now I get it. Thank you. Thank you for helping my severely slowed brain right now. My brain that has gone into some sort of weird short circuitry thing. That's not even a word. Ellie, what the fuck? Ellie, please. Please, what is wrong with you, Ellie? I get it now. I get it. Okay. Where was I in the chat? Okay. Because Sugimori's artwork didn't have the plates. And as I said on Talk to Ellie, Gen 1 sprite predate artwork. Oh, I didn't read that because I was looking at all of the... No, wait. There is no comment on Talk to Ellie about it. Oh, yes it is. Fun fact, the Gen 1 Pokemon sprites except yellow were made before Sugimori's artwork. Ah. Looking at the theory thing, I don't agree with the theory. For the Machamp and the Geodude lines, I don't quite agree with the theory. Cookie meme review? Here's the thing. I could give you cookie memes, but you wouldn't understand them. Like, it would not mean anything to you. Like, what would be the point? Also, it would mostly be shipping memes. From Ellie's point of view, Pokemon is just a low-budget Pal World? Isn't Pal World the low-budget one? Ellie X has stopped working. It sure did. It sure did. Can you react to the last clip on clips at the 0:16 second? Sure. Let me see that. What? I'm on it. I'm watching the clip. Sorry that I'm silent. Trying to react to the clip. Oh yeah, my voice fucking broke. My voice totally fucking broke. Interesting. She doesn't know words anymore? True. I have forgotten how to speak any languages. Words? What is that? Are clips long enough to capture all of that? All of what? All of what? I was joking, but I would still watch. I don't know that I could make it interesting. Like, cause it's I have a particular brain rot with cookies, you know? Like, I have a particular brain rot that makes me lose perspective of what is interesting to others and what isn't. What? What about what, Leo? What with what? You shipping? Do you not like shipping? Do you not like shipping at all? It's so weird how Graveler gets reptilian fractures from trading. I don't think so. I think the evolution's lines work well. Actually. You are very shocked about the existence of the plant? I want to say the existence. Do you mind if I add that to my soundboard? Go ahead. Feel free. Enjoy it. Enjoy my voice breakage. Brain broken. Voice broken. Lena's heart broken. This has been quite a day. Don't worry, Lena already knows that I don't like monkey. I think. Oh, maybe I never told her actually. I don't know. BRB, I need to upload a 40 minutes video. What do you mean? Wait, what? What do you mean? You hate shipping? Oh, couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. I like shipping. I would only use it on VC on the server and maybe once or twice in Lena's server. I don't know how many case uses you have. I don't have that much time. I will leave it at 40 seconds to prove my point. Of what? What point? I'm so confused. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you think? Is Kukuran Kingdom something worth picking up this late into its run? Was thinking about trying it out. So trying it out, yes. I do think it's worth it to try it out. As I've said always, it's a very free to play friendly, in the sense that whenever you enter, you're guaranteed to have like if you do the event, you're guaranteed to have the cookie that is being released in whatever patch you enter into. Or you're guaranteed ridiculously high chances of having it with all of the event currency that you get. I think at this point, how many days left in the patch? It might be a little bit difficult to get the guaranteed, but if you were to enter in like the beginning of the next patch, for example, you would be placed in the server that has people who entered later. Oh my god, I'm making a mess of this. What I mean to say is that it's a free-to-play friendly. You would be guaranteed or very likely to have the released cookie from the patch, which is always meta. But most importantly, you would be able to get the feeling if it is for you or not rather quickly. So I would say, like, is it worth it to try it out? Yes. But if you notice that it's not your style, then it's never going to be your style. It's like, if you like the moe of like really dark concepts, barely there in the background, while everything in the front is like ridiculously whimsical and stupidly cute, that's the vibe. Because it's like, these are cookies, okay? One of the cookies is a child who thinks he's the king because he's descended from the line of the kings, and his name is Custard Cookie the Third. It's so stupid. It's so ridiculous, right? But at the end of the day, there are storylines that are meant to... one of the storylines made me cry. So it's like, if you enjoy this silly, stupid, ridiculous, campy, whimsical thing with like darker topics way back behind in the background, you'll like it. If you find that you're not into it, that you're not interested, that it doesn't hook you, it's never going to. Like, it's a good idea to try it out. Just know that if it's either very much your vibe or it's not your vibe at all. Like, I love this game, but I'm not like delusional about it. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, everyone should play this game, everyone will love it. Nah, a lot of people will think it's way too stupid. A lot of people will think it's way too ridiculous. A lot of people will think it's way too childish. And I totally understand the people who think that way. So it's either like it absolutely matches with your vibe, or it's a completely misfire situation. I was referring to you ranking Lena as forgettable because it's not Lena! Shipping gets in all the places it doesn't belong, makes all of the things worse, and possibly worst of all, it's always so surface level. Characters can have the best written love ever, but shippers only care if they kiss, as if kissing mattered for love. So I agree and disagree with you. The thing is that shipping is not just the bad shippers, but the bad shippers are so annoying and so bothersome and so loud that it's obvious that it's going to taint your perception of the act of shipping. I think it's one of those cases where the activity itself can be so fun, lighthearted, and not important whatsoever. But sadly, the people who do it in a very bothersome and annoying way are so bothersome and annoying that it kind of drives people away entirely. So I both agree and disagree with you. I have Nitro Ellie. I can make as many own servers and add as many emote gifts and soundboards as I want. So I'm telling you that, yeah, you can do it. Okay, Ellie, 48 seconds. Sent it to talk to Ellie about Pokemon being low budget. Stop! Stop! Do you want to get me in trouble? So it's like MLP, everything is cute and bubbly. Pay no attention to the fact that it's set in the post-apocalypse and most of the world is still in shambles. Yeah, it's like, here's the thing. You want the real vibe of Cookie Run Kingdom? These cookies are talking about the Dark Flower Wars and all of the people they lost. And they're talking about, like, my entire kingdom was destroyed and I had to see all of the denizens of my kingdom, all of my subjects die in front of my eyes. I had to see every single person that was my responsibility to take care of die in front of my eyes in that war. And now I am not going to get involved in your quest because I've been there and I'd rather isolate myself and my people. And if the rest of the world goes to shit, I don't care. And you have that as a theme. But at the same time, the cookies don't die, they crumble. And you have like, oh my god, you need to save my friend. Please, please save him. And it's like a cookie just with like crumbling. So it's the contrast. It just works. For me it works. For some people it's not going to. I personally love it. I love that it's like the contrast. That sounds so much worse than just dying, disintegrating into dust. I don't know, it's weird, because like, if you had like realistic humanoids with blood and stuff like that, I'm sure a lot of people would feel like they need that for the intensity to really feel real, you know? To feel real. But I'm personally like, oh no, he's crumbling. Oh my god, it's stupid, it's campy. At one point there was an event where BTS, the K-pop band, I've talked about this before, BTS, the K-pop band, transformed into cookies and appeared in the Cookie Kingdom. And it's not like, oh, these were cookies created to look like BTS. No, it was like one of the dialogues that fucked me over and I was laughing and couldn't take it seriously. But that's the point. Was like one of the BTS cookies saying, oh, it's so weird to sweat butter now instead of sweat, which implies that they were humans who used to sweat, and now they are cookies and they are sweating butter and they find it weird because they are really humans who turned into cookies somehow. And obviously none of that is canon because it was just a collab event, but that's the levels of like, you can't take it too seriously. Sweat butter, wait, so are they Korean and American? I read that, you cannot delete it anymore! Are they Korean or American? They are Koreans, but they are cookies. Therefore, they sweat butter. Because they're cookies. Anyways, where am I in the chat? So Nikiban instead of Booba has cutesy whimsy? Exactly. Exactly. Like, there's this one cookie who shows up in her event, in the event where they presented her, and she's in a, it's a competition between people, like, who will be the champion of the tri-state whatever. And this one cookie, after the alarm has rung and the round is over, this cookie's still trying to kill her competitors. And it's like, hey, what are you doing? The alarm has rung, the round is over. And this cookie's like, yeah, so? I could eliminate them right now. And she's like, murderous? So if you really think about it, if it was like any sort of darker aesthetic, it would be so much serious, right? But it's not serious because it's silly whimsy cookie fun. And that's so my vibe. So if that sounds like your vibe, I would try it out. If that doesn't sound like your vibe, then it's probably not for you. I love obnoxious shippers. They're funny. Oh, I hate obnoxious shippers. Like, I've actually had people tell me I'm not interested in reading that book because it doesn't look like I would, like, it doesn't look like it has a ship for me to obsess over. And that made my blood boil. And I don't talk to that person anymore for many other reasons. Not because of that. But in hindsight, maybe that was a flag. Maybe that was a flag. You can see the video, just mute it. You can mute the video. Wait, where is it? Where is the video? All I know about Cookie Run Kingdom is one guy looks like Gingy from Shrek. Huh? I don't know who that is. Entire trays of cookies burnt. Never again. I mean, that's kind of the vibe. It's kind of the vibe for sure. Ellie telling us the story she heard the last time she opened a pack of cookies and was considering if she should eat the last one. That's such a terrible way to eat cookies. Every time you're gonna make yourself a tragic story about it. So like cookies just die like monsters? Yeah, cookies can die. I remember there was a Sonic collab. Yes, there was a Sonic collab, actually, indeed. I find it weird that it's butter and not ginger liquid. I don't know what ginger liquid is. Now I'm interested, thanks. Check it out and tell me your opinions. And if you don't like it, hey, it's understandable. I get the joke on one of the April Fool's events on Nika. The MC says, oh fuck, I can't know who is in my shower since the event is not voice acted. I like meta humor. Many years ago, my late sister, God bless her soul, would be eating cookies in the kitchen and mom gave her a plate for 2 crumbs to not get on the table. She thought it meant she's supposed to turn them all into crumbs on the plate? A bit of a quirk of the Polish language mixed with child brain? That's hilarious. That is actually really funny. I am very sad to hear that it's your late sister. I don't know how long ago it was, but I do want to give you my sorries and my condolences. But that is a very cute anecdote, for sure. Are all cookies gingerbread? No. There is one gingerbread cookie. There is one gingerbread cookie, which is gingerbread, but it's a girl. And then every other cookie is like either a flavor or a concept. Like, there are things like blueberry cookie, but then there's also blueberry pie cookie. But then there's also explorer cookie. There's a fettuccine cookie. You may or may not have noticed fettuccinis are not a dessert, nor a flavor of cookie. But she is there. There's a cookie that's made out of stardust. Let me rephrase. I love obnoxious chipper. They make funny noises when you poke at them. Yeah, I think I understand what you mean. You mean you like trolling. That's what you mean. Which is not a discovering. It's not discovery. The last video that I sent in Talk to Ellie. Okay. In Shrek, there was a gingerbread man who was interrogated and tortured by being dipped in milk and losing their limbs. Oh yeah, that's a basic gingerbread cookie. A what cookie? There's an explorer cookie. There's an adventurer cookie. There's a prophet cookie. Stardust sounds like it would be a Pop Rocks cookie. It's not. It's just stardust. It's literally made of dust from the stars. Literally. Okay, I can make a 40-minute video to display all the animations for standing mining, blah, 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 blah. Oh, you meant a comparison thing. Yeah, I've seen this before. I don't know if you posted it before. I think maybe you posted it before, a comparison between like the attack sprites and the attack animations. And I will agree with you 100% that yes, Palworld does have better animations than the given examples. Like, I don't think that's something you can deny. Stardust sounds nice and all, but it's just like sand. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. You're not supposed to think too hard about it, honestly. I wonder if there's an overtime cookie. Not yet. There is in one of the games, not in Kingdom. Sadly, she has not been introduced in Kingdom yet. Some of my favorite cookies have not been introduced in Kingdom. And at this point, I am losing hope that they ever will. I don't think they ever will, but I will have to be salty about it forever. But one of my favorite cookies from the other games is literally a time traveler. And her event was, like the event where they introduced her, was literally all about her fighting an entity that was very clearly herself, but in the future. Which, that was really fun. Really fun. So basically, there's a cookie that tastes like rock. There's probably several. I'm not gonna think about it right now, but there are probably several. I uploaded that video 10 minutes ago. There's no way you've seen that before. No, but I mean, haven't you uploaded something similar to it? GIFs or something? Because I remember this coming up before. At least clairvoyant confirmed? Why are you saying that? Are there lamia cookies? Actually, yes. Wait, actually, yes. There is one cookie that's a lamia, and she fucking dies. Because she was an NPC, and she was an antagonist NPC. Wait, let me save this image real quickly. Let me present to you Cilantro Cookie! Cilantro Cookie, who's an NPC. An antagonist NPC in one of the events. And then she fucking dies. Hello Dolphin, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome. That video was made mid-stream. No, but I mean, I'm pretty sure I've seen a comparison before. How could you have never... Oh, that's why you never told her. She's precious. I really like her design. I really do like her design a lot. Oh no, but she was so... Cilantro? Ew, glad she's gone. Coriander cookie? Yeah, I think she would be called coriander cookie in some languages. Spoilers! Don't worry, she's a minor antagonist. She's like very minor antagonist. Ellie just spoiled the end of one of the cookie stories. She's a very minor NPC antagonist. Don't worry about it. Like, I would not actually spoil any main story stuff. Even though, again, I feel like if I ever get one person into Cookie Run, that will be too much. But, she's a very minor antagonist NPC. How do you know I'm not gonna get attached to her, Ellie? I got attached to her because she was a lamia. I was like, oh my god, they finally have a lamia! No, they don't. No, they don't. I actually really do have cookies that I got really attached to that were actually important playable cookies, and they do die. One in particular, I'm not gonna say who, now that you guys have yelled at me for spoilers. But yeah, it can happen. Some cookies do die. How you you know that's not gonna be my favorite cookie because she's a very minor antagonist that comes very late into the party. Like, you have to have finished so much main story before meeting her. We stand lamias in this house. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Okay, but if she's a minor antagonist, are the main villainess a hot mommy asking for a friend? There are a few. Okay, so the main antagonist of the whole story is a evil woman. But I don't think I've ever seen anyone lusting over her. She's very much designed to be like a traditional, like, Renaissance Disney villain, like older woman. She's not sexualized. She's like a Maleficent type. But there are some antagonists that you could call hot mummies for sure. I mean, the current patch right now has an antagonist that is very much designed to be like alluring type. Very much designed to be the alluring type, for sure. I think you would be fond of Snake Man from Mega Man 3. Maybe? Okay, let's start wrapping it up, by the way, guys. I just looked at the time. I can't believe she threw away the cilantro girl on the trash. It's better than what happened to her on the story. It's better than how she ended up in the story. Man, this game story is grittier than an old crop tree. It's fun. I don't know. I like it. Imagine getting your favorite character only to have him or her off herself as a plot device for the main character. I'm assuming that happens a lot in anime games, actually. Greedier as in dark and greedy as... Wait. Greedier as in dark and greedy as in the dark and greedy Half-Life 2 beta? I don't understand that. How do we get cookies? Are there banners like Genshin or is it random? There are banners. And obviously... Okay, so... It's so hard to defend this game when I have to explain the details of it. There's the following banners. The seasonal banner, which is the banner for the main cookie that is introduced on the event. The seasonal banner, but lesser, which is the other cookie that was introduced in any given patch, but is less important and probably will not be meta. Then there's the normal cookie banner, which is like, all of the cookies are here. You could get any cookie dropped. Obviously, the more rarity, the less chances. But technically, you could get anything from there. Then there are special type banners. They circle throughout. So every banner will have a different type banner. Right now, we have a steel banner. Steel as in the metal, because that's the new elemental type they added. Then after that, you have the ancient banner, which is the banner where you can get some of the most powerful cookies. But you have to have unlocked their part of the story, I'm pretty sure. I'm not entirely sure. And I'm pretty sure that's all the banners that matters in Cookie Run. There's also costume banner. There's a treasure banner. You know, there's other stuff. There's the Pavilion of Promise, which is less of a banner and more a guaranteed way to unlock a specific 3 cookies eventually. Tengo de trabajar, me acaban de llamar del trabajo, estoy de guardia. ¡Buena suerte! ¡Buena suerte! There are so many jokes about eating cookies, but I will not make any because I don't want Retouch to think bad of me. Yes, I said Retouch, not Ellie. Retouch is not here. It's something the Simpsons managed to pretty much perfect with Marge's hair. Her hair she has makes her look like a house mom that is so average and uninteresting that I can't see her as anything else. And that's on great character design. That is that on great character design. I imagine there's a s'mores cookie. Let me check. Because there isn't one in Kingdom, and by now it's the only play in the franchise that I play. But I don't know if they added it to any other game in the franchise. S'more cookie run. There is one! There is a s'more cookie! In what game is it? Why are you not telling me what? What game is it in? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take a gander and say it's on Oven Break because it was released alongside his pet, and I'm pretty sure the only game in the franchise that has pets is Oven Break, Energy, Skill. Okay, yeah, no. Sorry. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, for sure this is Oven Break. So there is a s'more cookie. Yes, indeed. Whenever there's a flashback to March with her hair down in college, she looks like such a party girl that you would absolutely talk to. And that's that on good character design. So that great game is not that great in it. You just said it's too hard to defend if I need to explain this. Yeah, I'm not saying it's a good game. I'm saying it's very free to play friendly. Like, I've never said Cookie Run is a great game. I've said that I love it, and I've said that it's very free to play friendly. It's like any other gacha game. It has its absolute bullshit systems because it's a gacha game. But out of the gacha games, I feel like it's very free to play. Oh my god, I can't fucking say that. Free to play friendly, and I particularly adore its vibe. I love having stealing my cookies. Don't think about it too hard. Don't think about it too hard. 5 more minutes, you can do it. No, we're gonna go because that's the bottom of the chat. That is the bottom of the chat. My throat is clearly giving out. I don't know when I started yelling, but apparently I did at some point because my throat is giving out. So we're gonna go now. Violet, welcome. How are you doing? How are you having a good day? Welcome. If the gacha has gay in it, I'm in. Nothing canonical. Let me think about it. I legitimately cannot tell if there's any canonical gay stuff, but there's a lot of implied gay stuff, for sure. There's a lot of implied gay stuff. I don't remember right now if there's any Oh, yeah! Oh my... Of course there's any canon gay stuff! Are you kidding me? My main ship! Moonlight Cookie and Sea Fairy Cookie. Moonlight Cookie and Sea Fairy Cookies are wives. And that's fucking canon. That is so canon. They are doomed lesbians for absolute certain. This game is the opposite to Nikki. Let's not talk about that right now. It sounds entertaining to me. It doesn't need to hold your attention for 7 hours at a time like Skyrim or whatever. Cookie Run, it's definitely not something to pay attention to for several hours at a time. It's definitely more like an idle experience for me. Lid, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Oh no, Violet is late. You need to stay 5 more minutes, Ellie. I'm still so close to the bottom of the chat. That's because of that bellflower search. You got so upset about it existing. You didn't know you spent the rest of the stream screaming in terror. Maybe. I mean, possibly. I'm in the middle of booking my vacation with my GF, so... Oh, nice! Very nice. It has the Oreo rainbow cookie? No, but it does have... Here's the thing. It does have cookies that are most definitely Oreo, but they are not called Oreo because that would be copyright infringement. So it's not called Oreo. it's called dark choco cookie and dark cacao cookie. But if you look at them, they are very clearly Oreos. They are also, fun fact, dark choco cookie, I'm pretty sure is a straight up ripoff of World of Warcraft. He was like the prince of the kingdom, and then he got corrupted by the strawberry gem in a dark sword, and he became the villain of the kingdom. And as far as I know, that's a character from Warcraft. 1-to-1. Is that why my ears have been ringing for the last hour or so? Maybe. Maybe. You have reached the bottom of the chat. You're legally obligated to leave now. I'm trying to leave. I'm trying to wrap up, for sure. You need to avoid using voice cracks to get more views, Ellie. Huh? I mean, I'm not trying to get voice cracks. Did we have a member streams this month? Because it's about to end. Next week. And I don't remember playing any Puyo Puyo Tetris. Next week. So they are for legal reasons, not an Oreo, for sure. But if you look at them, they look like an Oreo. Send me the cookie later, please. I know a lot of Warcrafts. Yeah, sure, I will. Oh yeah, Arthas. That's what I'm saying. I know about this because I've obviously been info dumping about cookies to my friends for years now. And at one point I was info dumping about that cookie. And this one friend goes, that's a character from World of Warcraft. Oreos weren't really a thing in Poland. We had hit cookies instead, which are biscuit colored and have chocolate inside. The Oreo with white inside only came here some years ago. It's really tasty, I think. For me, when I think Oreo, I think Wreck-It Ralph. Why? Hold on, chat, just one more minute. Stop! People love voice cracks, though. Yeah, but I'm not trying to make it happen. Next week is already next month. It's gonna be next week, though. Find any video with Penny's theme from WarioWare. I bet you will see comments about Jerma's voice crack in there. I'm sure, but like, it's the kind of thing that I don't think you should try to fake, personally. I see you're saving members only for the Power Lamb date. No, it would have been like this week or last week, but my entire thing got disrupted by having to dox it. The Oreo guards in King Candy's service? Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember that detail. What I meant is that the voice crack is what made your throat be like this on stream. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Voice crack is less of a thing that damages your throat and more of a sign that you're misusing your throat, if that makes sense. How would you even fake a voice crack convincingly? Maybe. I don't know. Listen. Voice actors can definitely do it. So there is a way to do it. Because voice actors can absolutely do voice cracks. For sure. The question is how. I don't know. What did you do to that poor dog? Nothing. He was great. He was fine. You never answer how do you call voice crack on Argentinian? Quiebre? On Spanish it's called gallo. In here, gallo is a different thing. A voice crack is like se te quebró la voz. Gallo is like if you have like mucus that you have to spit out. You know, if you have very big, I think they call it loogies in some places in the States. She adopted Leo? Nah. I was dog sitting. Anyways, it's so late. I shouldn't be just hanging out at the bottom of the chat. We've reached the bottom of the chat, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for coming. I hope that you had a good time. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. We call it Little Rooster. The whole mucus thing or the whole voice breaking thing? Which one? I will sleep? Well, I hope you have a wonderful sleep and that you feel very well rested in the morning. Thank you everyone so much for coming. Don't forget to stretch. Oh my god, that's That outro started way too fast. Wait, let me mentalize myself. Have a great rest of your day. Have a good sleep. And don't forget to stretch. Don't forget to drink plenty of water. Try to eat nutritiously and try to sleep 7 to 9 hours. And most important of all, be kind to yourself and to others, okay? Take care, Miss Nate Shifters. Bye-bye.